look at that new Aidin art. It's not actually new art, but it's newly applied.
Yeah. He looking fresh.
Got that fresh haircut.
Got that Angie war paint.
He's got a scowl on his face. I had to edit
Still got that new Aidin smell.
Yeah.
Just walk up and sniff a centaur. It's fine.
Don't do that.
If you find one, let me know, though.
Yes, I will let you know if I have sniffed a centaur.
I mean, there's one standing next to you.
Look, of the lot of us, you're going to be the one who finds the centaur. You're covering more ground than we do.
True. Oh boy.
You're going to find like a Canadian centaur who's going to be really polite.
Oh my god.
I'd be like, so guys, there aren't moose in Canada. There's centaurs instead.
About the same size.
I'm just imagining it's a centaur who's been passing as a Mountie for years and just no one questions it. Because he's a really good Mountie and they respect that.
Oh my god, this is why we never see. Oh my gosh. This is why I never see pictures of my Canadian Twitter friends below the waist. They're actually centaurs.
Good times.
Yeah.
That's just how stories work.
Yeah, clearly.
All right, so everybody roll a d20 and we'll see who gets to pick who does a recap.
Do I remember last time? Oh shit. Was it high or low that we suffer on?
The highest one picks who does it.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I had to.
Oh no.
Penelope.
Oh fuck. Do I get to do the recap this time?
That's what the dice told me.
Fuck. Oh man, this is gonna suck too, because
Okay,
I
just
had
remembered.
the plague last week, and now I'm like, shit, do I really remember what happened?
That's a fair point. If you don't, that's okay.
We can work on. We can work together.
How did last week start?
Yeah, that's.
I can tell you.
Jog my memory.
Uh,
Oh no.
We were at the barracks.
did the
We were
barracks.
at the barracks. Oh, yeah. No, we went to the barracks. And, you know, we met up with everybody there, had a nice, cute little chat with the Paladins. And then, you know, Penelope hid the cake to fulfill this promise. And she popped out of the cake. Now Ida knows her 2 favors. I'm putting this on public record.
I like how that's the detail you remember.
Oh. He owes 2 favors now. You don't forget a thing like that. Shenanigans stuff. They went to the wellspring to scout it out.
Anise summoned Bartholomew the bat.
Yeah, Anise summoned Bartholomew the bat, and she and Aidin went and did some scouting, and turns out that this place looks like the place where Clover went to go, or Rhinosh went to go and heal himself. But also there's a Drider or something. I don't know. Rest in peace, Bartholomew. You will be missed.
Your sacrifice was not in vain, my friend.
We'll see you the next time Anna summons you. And then Anise and Aidin came back and were like, fuck, guys. This is what we think's in the hole. That was a beautiful description. I will take no critiques.
We think that the Drida is what ate Bartholomew.
Potentially. The
Nom, nom,
Drider or...
Well, that's what we think. That's what we thought
we
last
saw
week.
Horse, yeah, we saw a horse, I think. We think it's Drider. But also potentially it is a zombified horse.
Yeah.
Wait, I kind of really want it to be the Drider for multiple reasons.
But, yeah. That's what happened last time.
All right.
You met all of the paladins.
Yeah, I said
properly. Oh.
Yep.
Well, I pay attention.
No, you don't. You never pay attention to me.
Who are you?
So just for the minor side things, Aidin got a chance to talk to Soren again
Oh yeah.
and give him a little pep talk, and got Soren reintegrated with society for a little while.
Yeah, about that. Just have to get it reintegrated a little faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You agreed to go drider hunting in the morning because the paladins are going to be leaving town later in the day, to go back and deal with that library thing you told them about. And so you decided to go scouting a little bit early before you went back home. And that was where we stopped out. I'm sure there were other details, but that's all the big stuff. The fun of having recordings is that anything that we missed is there for someone who wants to go finding it.
Yeah.
Wait till I have to do the recap on like 30 sessions of this stuff before we move on to a Grail War.
Woohoo!
Yeah, like last that where we ended was we were heading back to the barracks.
Yep, you were heading back to the barracks. I don't know if you actually explained to them yet.
That's what we're about
Yeah,
to do.
yeah.
Yeah, so we can pick up with that.
We're on
Wait.
the way to Viridian City. Well, on the way to the barracks, I mean.
Are you talking about to the party or to the people at the barracks? We
No,
Candace and I explained to the party what we saw, but we haven't talked to the people at the
Right.
barracks yet. Okay.
That was where we cut off last time when
Yeah.
thing jumped out, killed Bartholomew, you cheesed it, and then we're operating on the assumption that what you just recapped here was told to the rest of the party. So
Yeah,
now you're
we-
on your way there.
Yeah.
Cool. Um.
So I guess we can pull up the barracks again.
Woo-woo.
Maps are fun.
We're gonna have to go through a lot of them tonight.
Quite possibly.
Tee-hee. Oh, it's not
So,
possible.
so you guys, did you guys actually see Einosh?
No.
Or see the Drider?
No and no, actually. I mean, I didn't see either of them through the bats,
Huh.
but that pool definitely looked like where Einosh was recovering.
That's not great.
No.
That's bad.
And
But we don't know for sure.
But we can ask Raggly to double check that area again.
Yeah.
Scry on them.
Well,
That's one of the first things. that
we
needs
can
to be
ask
done.
a number of people to try and scry on him for sure.
Well, he had
Yeah.
the most interaction, remember?
That's true.
And he already did it last time.
And well,
Got blood.
I mean, the Drider is definitely there. There were spider webs everywhere, and
So the size of there was a lot of fog, but it was about the size of a horse. And I really want it to be the Drider, but there is the potential Drider knows some life magic, and if they're smart and cunning, they could have potentially raised the horse.
Oh,
Which brings me to an issue that I have to bring to Soren.
that's. Oh no, that is definitely not good.
Which means we have three things also more to worry about, because if, Einosh is there, there's also his blights that were healing him there. That means those are there. The horse is potentially there. We've got a Drider and a dead apostle.
and who knows what else if the Drider was able to raise the dead horse. Anything else that
They've been eating.
the Drider got a hold of
Oh
could
god.
potentially also be a threat.
This has gone from containment to like a
Worst case scenario, really.
yeah. We need all hands on deck.
I
And
really
then-
hope he's not there, because if he is, I don't know that it's gonna be a good idea for us to even go there.
Well, I mean, we were going to have to eventually clear out the wellspring because that's where that portal to Dream's End is, right? So someone
Yeah.
is going to have to go in there.
And we do need to deal with him.
And who knows what is in Dream's End that Einosh could potentially be trying to get or using or whatever.
There's no way that he doesn't know it's there,
Yeah. It's if he is
He's
there,
had big
it seems too
plans.
intentional.
I mean, he's already planning something from what I had heard in my head. When
Well, and if he went there, if he used a spell like transport via plants, and he could have gone anywhere, and he went there,
there's a purpose to him.
there's a reason, because otherwise the imperative thing would have been to get as far away from Sherwood as possible.
And again, he wanted to try and use the blights for something he had cooked up his sleeve. Who's to say it's not related to that?
It's definitely, yeah.
Like, he has a plan that he's trying to put into motion very soon. This is likely related. So the sooner the better. Even sooner than we had initially planned for it.
So, this is out of character. This is not my in-character Anise voice. I remember someone saying, someone asked Scribe about the seed of Einosh, and he said something like it looks like it could have come from a tree in Dream's End.
Yes.
Did Anise hear that, or was that just Aidin?
Everyone in the weird dream space heard everything.
No. This
was you mean the follow-up part. That was just Aidin, I think.
It was just Aidin up top of the thing at this point, and he wanted to talk with him about it as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because when he goes back, he has to, again, there was other shit. He wasn't done with his scribe conversation. It's just they needed to do that, and he needed to get back to the group because they had left. Teehee. But yeah, that was when you guys had gone downhill.
Yeah. Yeah, if he didn't know it was there before, he's probably found it now, the Dream's End, and who knows what he's trying to do with it.
Well, I've got...
But it seems like it's not random, or, just he found it by chance. No, I think he definitely knows it's there.
Well, there's one theory. This is a good way to segue it in. So, when you guys had left, I went ahead and showed them the seed to the whole group of leaders.
Oh, you mean after we went down the mountain?
Yeah, there were a few things I wanted to cover with them that I was concerned about. Scribe's seen that seed before.
I mean, we showed it to him, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes, but also, no. I think it was just Alder.
No, I'm pretty sure we showed it to Scribe.
Maybe. Either way, after he had his remembering the dreams, he's seen something similar inside Dream's End.
Ah.
Yeah, that seed.
It reminded him of a tree there.
Oh, that big tree that we could see.
Potentially. Which means,
well, I mean, we all saw the Tree of Life suddenly just kind of get sucked into the hole. Is that what happened?
It kind of fell inward, but I don't think it actually went in, and it just kind of caved down.
Right.
But that still proves the point that the Tree of Life existed when he was still around.
Yeah.
If it got corrupted, that might be what these seeds are.
Yeah, because the trees of Einosh are kind of the opposite of the Tree of Life, so
if it came from the Tree of Life originally, that's what concerns me. I mean, it's how it, they tricked Clover so easily. He legitimately thought, and if this was the info everybody knew that it looked like.
So, Scribe said that the seed looked like something like it could have come from the tree in Dream's End?
Mm-hmm. And if that's the case, why wouldn't Einosh be after it?
What if Einosh came from Dream's End, then?
It's a potential.
Because Einosh is a tree, right, I think?
I mean...
He has to possess a human host.
Fucking forest.
Right.
That's my thing. No one's ever found this forest. What if it's not a forest entirely, but what if that's his heart? Or if it's not his heart, what if it would potentially empower this so-called forest that nobody's seen? That tree is a link that we need to keep him away from. Or potentially, if it is Einosh, we need to purify that specific tree.
So the things in Dream's End are things that fell out of human history, I think, is how Lucretia described it. things that were forgotten by history.
I mean,
That's what it
basically,
sounded
yeah.
like.
Or not even just human history. Like,
History in general.
Just-
I've been playing
History in
Fate Grand
general.
Order too much. So, like what if Einosh fell out of history and
Forgotten about.
was forgotten about and came out of Dream's End, possessed somebody, and is
I mean, it's a possibility.
a possibility.
Well, the first thing I need to ask is Lucretia, how long has he been around as a dead apostle? Has he been there since the beginning, or is he a newly added dead apostle?
We definitely need to find Lucretia. I hope she hasn't gone too far because we definitely need her around.
yeah, I can send one more message today. With I can try and get a hold of her.
Let her know that we definitely need to meet back. Anise and I can. So I'm assuming we're almost on the barracks.
Yeah.
So
You're making pretty good time considering you know where you're going, and I don't think you're moving slowly.
No, I mean, what we could do, if you want to get a hold of her, Anise and I can get the Rangers and the Paladins. If we want to meet at the amphitheater where the leaders are, we can set a time. We all get together. So what kind of timing works for you? How long does it generally take you to get things maybe sent and taken care of? If you need to contact anybody else.
Oh, like Lucretia, it's sending is a very limited spell. You know this. You've got it too.
Yes, but I don't know how far
But,
away
like,
she is, or if you need to get a hold of anyone else.
I did need to make another contact that's gonna take me. I don't know how long it's gonna take me on this other one.
It's about what? It'll be about like 5:30, 6 when we get back there, because it's about 30 minutes
It says
to
8 o'clock
8 o'clock.
on the calendar.
Yeah, you guys were at a party for a while, and then you went off in the woods, did some stuff, and came back.
Okay, I wasn't.
It's
sure
a bit
how
later
long-
now.
Well, it's like I know we got there. It was like 4 something, which is why I wasn't sure how much time had passed since the leave. That works
Yeah.
for me.
Do we want to meet? Oh goodness. Let's try and meet at the amphitheater around 9.
Give an hour.
Yeah, let's go for an hour.
That should be plenty of time.
Um,
I can go.
Sorry,
I'll have to go talk to Grandpap for sure.
So you want to grab him,
Yeah.
and I'll grab. I was like, we can all
Somebody-
start inside.
Well, I mean, Beach can get the Paladins for us.
I mean, they're
yeah, we only
inside.
really need like Lorelei from the Paladins because she
Yeah.
can fill in the others.
That's
and-
true. We need Lorelei and Sabriel for sure. I can
Yeah.
get Grandpap.
Yeah. I mean, if the Rangers and the Paladins are still inside the barracks, they're in one spot. That's not an issue.
Yeah.
It's just being like, hey, meet us at the amphitheater at 9.
Yeah.
If anything, I mean, especially the Rangers will be in there because that's where they stay. And then Sariel, I'm sure, has what you said. She's got the stone that sends to other Rangers, the leaders.
Right,
Yeah.
She can at least
right.
get the leaders on that stone.
Yeah.
Which leaves just the Paladins, and they should be staying in the barracks as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and
So-
we've got Beach here, right here with us.
Yeah. Yeah. Beach came with us.
Oh, yeah. He is with us.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. So Beach is right there. So that's
Yeah, I
nothing
just
to worry about.
forgot to throw his token around a million times. But yeah,
That's
he's
okay.
there.
That's totally why I forgot. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was repopulating it off of the combat tracker, and Beach wasn't on it, so let me just
He's
Drop
being
him
pretty
in.
quiet, but he's here, you know.
He's here. He's
Yeah,
here.
it's okay. Not everybody
Nice meeting you.
talks like 500 miles an hour.
Like he did.
No,
his-
it's fine. I prefer to wait and let you work this out. Right, I agree. Yeah, me too.
All right, so that's the plan. Get to the barracks,
Yeah.
split from there, meet at 9.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a plan to me.
All right,
We're meeting at the amphitheater.
amphitheater. Yep.
Okay.
As close to 9 o'clock as possible.
Yep.
Okay.
Is there anyone else we think we might need to involve in this?
I'm gonna have
The leaders, the
I-
Paladins, the Rangers.
I don't want to
Grandpa.
involve too many people. That just doesn't seem like a good idea.
Yeah. All right.
I do need Scraggly to be informed. I need him to do another
to
Another Inosh
scribe.
check.
I mean, he was here the last time I checked. She
Oh, I'm sure he's still at the table
gestures
drinking.
at the. Oh dear.
Yeah, they have no one has left. The map is accurate. You were gone for a bit, but you left them with cake and party, so like they didn't really
Yeah.
peace out.
Oh yeah, it's a party night, and we're about to ruin that. So you know, don't mind us.
Record scratch.
Door opens. All right, you bitches. Prepare
Guess
for
who's
what?
back?
Back again.
That bitch Inosh.
With a drider. All right,
Uh.
sweet. So let's do this. Are we gonna do like
Okay.
the American thing?
Why would either of us know what that is?
I don't know.
What?
We're both sheltered British kids
I
What?
know.
from
Wait,
Sherwood.
Has
what are we
Johnny
talk-
brought it up yet?
The
What?
whole put your
Haven't we
hands
done
in the
this
middle.
before? Didn't we do this once? The put your hands together? The team did at one point?
I don't remember. Wait, Penelope's not sheltered.
No, it's us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Amish British kid and the Amish
The
kid.
Amish.
Just gonna let you keep digging over there.
Huh?
Just gonna let you all keep digging over there.
Fine then. Penelope's gonna put one hand in the middle of the circle and be like, "All right, guys, hands in."
He puts
Um,
both
No,
hands in.
no, only one hand, Aidin.
What are you doing?
Put your hand in.
Why?
This is
It's a
team
sports thing. Just go with it.
Yeah, just
I don't
yeah.
even like sports.
I've always
It's not.
wanted
It's
sports.
well, it's not really sports. It's more like a team thing.
We are a team.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
fine.
supposed
I
to.
guess
It's
we're a
supposed
team.
to. Yeah. All right. Derek, get your hand in here.
Yeah, Derek.
All right, yeah, let me do that. All right, my hand is
And
now
it
in there.
Turns her hand over and just takes his hand.
Hey! Don't
Oh,
be
no,
nasty in
okay,
the. Don't be
okay,
nasty in the
okay.
team circle. She says before she like grabs Johnny's hand really quick.
Perception check.
Oh no!
Don't be nasty, she says.
Where's my perception? Here it is. I want to waste my d20. Oh.
That is
There's
beautiful.
nothing
Well,
hand
Penelope,
roll.
can Aidin re-roll that?
No.
Absolutely the fuck not.
He-
Penelope, can Anise re-roll that?
No.
We're both
No.
really into this
And
team
it's
building.
just like, there's nothing nasty about hand holding. That's literally the
He's like,
least
"This is
nastiest
exciting."
thing you can do.
He's like, this is
All
exciting.
right. And she's like very sneakily lets go of Johnny's hand. All right. On the count of three, we
Wait.
all throw our hands up in the air
Okay.
and say, go. All right, ready?
Anything else? Just go.
I don't know. Do we have a team? We don't have a team name or a team chant, so we can just say, go.
Okay.
All right. Wait.
We should make a team chant. We'll do that later. That's on the list.
Yes, that's later. We'll
I'll
add
think
it to
about
the
that.
list. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Go!
Yeah.
Anise, they're supposed to go up, not down.
I rolled a 2.
God damn it, Anise.
I'm new to this team thing.
I really like it.
I don't understand
I
it.
want to do it again.
Why?
It was fun.
Now imagine just two halflings doing that. It's not really much of a team there,
Oh yeah,
but
no,
it's still really
her
cute.
hand doesn't go that far up compared. Aidin's like going all the way up
Yeah,
there.
but Elby's like, my
It's
hand isn't moving, but everybody else throw your hands up.
Oh no. Oh no. Fuck.
All right, everybody split.
Split.
Okay.
Go do your thing.
Alright.
Through the door, bitches. Slam them bad boys open.
Bam!
Boom.
It's just that scene.
Purpose.
It's that scene in Lord of the Rings where Aragorn just bursts through.
How'd you know? Aidin has no chill. He's on a mission.
Ugh.
Makes eye contact immediately with Scraggly and like right across. Like they're perfect. They're perfect diagonal lines. Like eye contact to Scraggly and then the ranger group.
All right, well, you see Scraggly first. The ranger group is behind. Scraggly is currently consuming alcohol.
Scraggly, my friend, my wonderful buddy pal. You remember that thing you did earlier?
You mean that thing where I drank all those drinks?
Yeah, remember when one of your drinks like showed a man in it? And by a man, I mean a clover.
That was a weird time we had there.
Yeah, can you do that again for me?
You've got a weird fetish for this guy, don't you?
No, there's here. Let me drag you over here to this table with the rangers. We have a, We have a concern. Follow me. Take your drink with you, my friend. And look
I
at
would
you.
never put it down.
Good. And he's like, is the bartender there? He's like, can you get me like a drink? We're gonna need it. So he hasn't wasted his drink.
Yeah, the bartender takes one look at you and he says, "What'll it be?" Sorry, he's in Sherwood. What'll it be?
Scraggly, what's a drink you don't mind using to like, magic and stuff? I don't wanna waste a good drink that you want to.
I mean, it's not going to be wasted no matter what happens.
Okay, what's a drink you like?
I'll tell you what, give me that one. And he just points at the biggest glass he could find.
We need that one. You know what? You're right. It's more surface area to get an image out of. We need.
Yeah, that's why we're doing it.
Look, he'll believe it.
It is not very convincing, but you do you.
Oh, he'll believe it. Trust me.
All right, well, yeah, he gets a rather large amber glass and brings it over.
Excellent. All right, Aidin carries it for him. Well, let's go this way. And he just, I'm assuming this is an empty, well, he's going to move the chair out of the way.
Sure.
You just hear, as he drags it to get their attention. Just, So.
Can I help you?
Yes, absolutely. So, we did some scouting. We got a little problem on our hands.
What'd you find?
More than we bargained for.
Like 2 driders?
Oh, no, worse. So we need to have a meeting at 9 o'clock with the leaders and the Paladins. We'll grab them in a second. We need to do it at the amphitheater. I can tell you more here. Is there more of a private room that we could go to in this building real quick?
I'm sure there is, but if I'm being honest with you, there's enough noise going on. You could probably whisper it in my ear if you just want to.
I need this whole table to know, so,
All right, if it's serious enough, then yeah, come on. And so she'll gesture you over to one of the unused rooms.
Right. Beach, can you grab the Paladins? Just because I'm assuming he followed.
Yeah, when you came in, he broke off and went off in their direction.
Okay, and he'll make hand motions for him to be like, follow behind with his group.
Okay, so, yeah, wandering over, I'm going to use, sorry, I'll just show you. Let's see which one of these rooms is empty. It's this one.
Woo! Shove everybody in there.
Yeah.
Now all the Paladins. Take some seats. We got some beds to sit on. Somebody's probably gonna need to sit. This is some heavy news,
For anyone who's seen the Fate Dreams Inn OVA, you know which room this is.
Oh no. Why does it sound like a bad thing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Everybody.
Oh, that one. It is that room. Okay. I was wondering. Don't worry about it.
It's
You'll
something
find
to do
out.
with- okay.
You'll find out.
It's you. Got
You'll
it.
find out. The OVA hasn't happened yet.
Okay. All the Paladins are in. Good. Okay. So Aidin's gonna make sure this door is locked. It's like, all right. So we went scouting, and through Anise's beautiful rest in peace Bartholomew, we've gotten some really bad intel. By bad, I mean we're gonna need all hands on deck.
What'd you find?
So
What did you find?
Not only did we find where the Drider's at, the location the Drider's currently at is the location where Scraggly here scried where Einosh was recovering.
Upon hearing that, like the group, they kind of wordlessly look to each other. No one is super shocked there, but yeah, following that, I'm going to reshuffle around these tokens because where they're at right now makes no sense at all.
You're good.
Yeah. Boop. And
So that runs into the issue of I may or may not have smack talked with Einosh this morning. I know he's alive there. The Drider did not kill him, which means potentially the Drider is working with or for him. We also have the issue of whatever killed Bartholomew was either A, the Drider itself, which I would prefer, but the fog was thick. It looked about the size of a horse, and he looks at Soren, and I am concerned potentially this Drider may have raised the horse as undead.
You can see him sort of gripping at his sword, but he doesn't say anything. He just looks upset.
And he knows full well, and he, like, moves forward. He's like, we are going to make sure, no matter what, that we retrieve Archon, and that Archon gets a proper rest. But I do need to ask you, can we keep each other's emotions in check? Because Einosh has Clover, and this Strider has done to Archon a great terrible as well. I may need your help. Can we stick together? And he's like holding his hand, looking directly into his eyes, because he knows this is a lot. But they've both been slighted.
Dice roll.
Dice roll.
We will keep each other in check, because they are both angry.
Are you saying you want me to kill yours and you kill mine so we both feel better about it, or?
No, that is where we come to the best part of this conversation. We need to contain Einosh. If Einosh is killed, he will body hop to another, and we can't allow that. He's also sapping the life force out of Clover. He's like a parasite. We need to be able to contain him and keep him locked up until we can pull him from that body. Him dying means that we are in great, great danger.
Do you know how to do that?
So, I have a game plan with the others. They're gathering their people currently. I'm gathering you all. When we deep dive into this, we can cover everything. I wanted to give you all the heads up on the basics of what's going on and what we found. The goal is to meet at the amphitheater at 9 p.m. Can I count on you all to show up?
If he's involved, sure. You said that you scryed him yesterday? That is correct.
Scraggly, I need you to scry again. And he pulls out the vial. He's like, if you need this again, I've got another droplet for you. We've got the ale, the mead.
For fair warning, you've got about one scry left in that.
Well, we're gonna need it.
So, okay. All right, I'll see what I can do.
We can just make sure that he's there. They're already alerted that something came through. I'd rather it be tonight than, when we surprise them in the morning. Because it would make sense right now versus later.
All right, let's see if I can find him. This is going to take about 10 minutes, though.
You're good.
And you see him taking the alcohol like before, and he's sort of swishing it around a little bit, and you can see a slight glow affixing it. The amber starts to ripple slightly. Everyone else is just standing and waiting for the moment. As he mentioned, this is going to take a little while, but
yeah. If you want to go over to them, this is pretty much he set this up for him to scry at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He's done his duty.
All right.
I will say, did Soren agree, or is he just kind of like his thing was just left at? Do you want me to count?
He's kind of looking to his captain for this, and she hasn't said anything yet. She seems to be waiting to see what the deal is with the scrying before she makes any plans.
Okay, cool.
Which shouldn't be too big of a shock, since if he's not there, the whole thing is moot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's just he needs to know if he's there or not.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and roll that now since it's going to shape where this entire conversation goes.
That's fair. Yeah, it does change what they would say at the big amphitheater too.
Yeah.
This is my last drop of blood until I beat some more out of him.
I forgot how I labeled these pictures. That's funny. All right.
I want to cast this again. Actually, does it work on helping another person spell check?
What do you mean?
Guidance, or is it just skill?
So scrying is a save on the part of the person you're scrying on.
Well, yeah. Never mind. I think okay. I remember that now. I'm gonna need him to not make that save. I would highly appreciate it.
All right, so he rolled decently, but now we apply the modifiers.
Yeah, I got your blood, bitch. I'm prepared for this.
So the body part, lock of hair, etc., is -10. And Scraggly is a spell save. Let's just confirm, because I haven't used Scraggly stats in a minute. All right, Scraggly has a spell save. All right, so just so you know, Clover ended up with a decent roll and came out at 22. Minus the 10 from having the blood drops it to 12. And Scraggly's spell save DC is just higher than that. So he did not make it. Scraggly just beat it.
The moment he says he sees shit, I want you to know Aidin is gonna go over and kiss this man on the side of his face.
You don't want to break his concentration, do you?
That's fair. He won't do it yet, but the moment he's done, he's gonna kiss him at the side of his face, maybe even on the mouth, you know, when he's done describing shit.
Oh my god. Of course, oh, Scraggly.
No.
Centaurs are remarkably progressive.
That's right. That's fucking right.
But yeah, that was really close because his spell save is exactly 13. So you beat it to the number.
Shit. Holy fucking shit.
Like 1 point off would have been enough.
The blood was worth it.
All right. Oh wait. Let me just check the other thing here. Ooh, complication.
Don't you say that to me now. It stresses me out.
To decide how that works. Neat. Okay. All right, we're just going to go ahead and do this part now since I've already unintentionally hyped it up.
Okay.
And it'd be weird to cut away. So Scraggly's alcohol, as before, is starting to shape up in a bit of a three-dimensional approximation image of what he's describing. Oddly enough to Aidin, it kind of looks like when the Lady of the Lake manifests in water, since you've seen that now. But it's alcohol.
Okay, so he can do it with the water now? Because I know he had used the molding earth to show us things.
he apparently picked an alcohol that's more compatible with his abilities this time.
Yes.
His powers are weird. I'll give you a rundown of them later once he's
I love him.
got some time. He's a neat kind of druid.
I love him. I'm here.
But
I'm watching.
yeah, so he's got that going up and starts narrating out loud what he's seeing, because the way that scrying works is once you've got it, you can kind of look around in the space while concentrating. And so he starts to narrate to the room in scraggly voice, of course. All right, this is kind of weird. I do see him. He looks like he's pretty healed up from last time. A bit less beat all to hell. Doesn't have that gross stuff on his face anymore either, so I guess he got himself some good plastic surgery. But beyond that, it's very strange because I can see him, but he's fuzzy. Like, I don't know where he would go that would make him fuzzy like that, but it's not normal. It's almost like I'm looking at him in a reflection, bounced off another reflection. But whatever the case, he's in front of another one of those big old tree things. It's like the ones that we had to take care of here, but using him as a sense of scale, it's a lot bigger than that. Like, way bigger. But also it's very strange because this place doesn't look like here or anywhere like it, honestly. It looks very big. Like, bigger, older. The tree itself looks more jagged, more rough. Like the bark on its coarse. It reminds me of when those shrike birds impale other things and then eat them. Does not look pleasant, but he seems to be standing by. He's also got a whole bunch of those weird mushroom motherfuckers floating around him. It's very strange, though. I don't think he's in our area anymore. I can't tell where he is, though. I've never seen somewhere that looks like this.
Can you describe the ground around the tree? Or are you able to see any background, any buildings? Is it all other trees? Is it just fuzzy fog everywhere?
I can only see a certain distance with this, but looking at the ground, it's very strange. Like, there's no soil. It's just roots. Like, the roots of the big tree expand out into smaller roots and smaller roots, but, like, I can't see any soil. I don't think this tree could exist anywhere without somebody seeing it from, like, an airplane. It's too big.
Oh, I have concerns. Is there a tone to the fuzz? Is it golden? Is it gray? Could you get colors?
Looking around at this, it's very strange. It's like a bunch of cool colors. It's almost like a reddish purple.
That's not good. Now you're talking about the ground being reddish purple or the sky?
Like, everything has that hue in this area. Mind you, I am looking at it through some amber, but I'm trying to compensate for it with my brain noggin.
No, you're doing great. Like, Scraggly, you're giving me very helpful information. Is there anything else that catches your eye around him? Can you hear anything? Or is it just seeing?
I don't think you can hear when you scry, can you?
I think you can.
Yeah,
You're supposed
you should
to.
be.
I'm
able to.
confirming because I've played games where you can and ones where you can't, so I'm actually reading the rules just to make sure. Yep, you can see and hear through the sensors if you were there. Cool. All right. Just wanted to make sure.
What, saying anything, giving instructions, talking about anything, whatever you can hear.
Looking at this, it's very strange. He's got some of those little blight plant things around him too. he keeps telling them that it'll be soon enough, but he's not saying what, and they seem to do that little clicky thing. I don't really understand them, but let's see, looking over, listening in a little bit. Oh, that's not good.
What's he saying?
It's not that he's saying something, it's that the way that I'm looking at it, when you scry on something, you kind of make a little floating invisible eye thing to look through, and I don't know how to put it, but I feel like that big tree is looking back.
Alright, if it's looking back, pull out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that. And as he says that, the glass with the alcohol goes flat. It just collapses back down. All right, that was some fucking weird shit. Where the hell is he?
I have a suspicion. We need to get to the amphitheater at night. Do not be late. This is of utmost importance.
All right, I'll be there. I'll be there too. But just tell me this because I need to know before we move anything. Are we under imminent attack?
Potentially, depending on how soon he has plans.
All right, in that case, I'm going to have my people on standby rather than sending everyone there, just in case. But I'll be there to find out what's going on.
All right. We'll break. We'll get there. And we will go into full detail. I need to grab some supplies. Scraggly, and he just goes forward. He just grabs him by the cheeks, and he gives him a big old fucking smooch. He's like, I would be lost without you. And he
All right,
passes
now,
him
buddy,
like-
we just met.
That is, like, he's like, you have done more than I could have ever asked for. You are always welcome to my home. You are an amazing person.
Well, thank you. I very much appreciate the respect.
He's like, I have nothing but respect for you, and that means a lot. Like, with the whole honor system with the centaurs, he's like, no. Like, if the man didn't already have braids in his beard, he would be braiding a fucking braid in his hair already.
He seems to pick up on that this is significant and not something you're just saying in jest, and he nods. Happy to be of assistance.
Like, he's like, I will see you all there. Scraggly, you are welcome if you want to join as well. I'm not just gonna be like scry and then, you know, not give you any info and be done. Like, if you want part in this, you are welcome.
All right, I guess I'll see what all this nonsense is about, because I want to know where the hell that was. Never had that happen before.
I think I accidentally made myself small. I don't know how, but I did.
Burnt?
All
right,
so
so
he's like, on that store, and then I'm running to do stuff.
cool. All right, next group. What are the others doing?
Anise is gonna go get Grandpap, possibly Nora, but definitely Grandpap.
So Nora's
Nora's
here,
inside.
just in case you want to do that
Oh.
first.
Never mind. Anise is just booking it over to Grandpap's.
Okay.
The look I am getting from Fish right now is terrifying.
She knows that Grandpap went back to his cottage, so she is taking the straightest, most direct path there.
Okay.
And she has Hemlock with her, and probably Derek.
Yeah, Derek is pretty much going to be with you for the duration of as long as you'll put up with him. So. Okay, and what is Penelope doing, just so I know before I jump maps?
So what she would be doing at this point is she's gonna try and do ascending to get a hold of Lucretia.
Okay, you can do that from here, so we'll go ahead and do that one first, and then we'll jump over to Grandpat map.
And then
Which is fun to
after-
say.
Yeah. And then after she gets a hold of Lucretia, that's when the first part of the Fate Dreams End OVA happens.
Fair enough. That's how we get that Akihabara money.
Yeah, baby.
80
Okay,
bucks
so
an
yeah.
episode! Because Japan's messed up.
Jeez.
All right.
So she's gonna talk to Lucretia, and then there's gonna be a Grandpap map snap.
Yep.
Oh God. But yeah, so she's gonna be like, all right, I've got a couple of things I need to do alone. So I can meet you guys back here, and then back at the amphitheater. I don't know.
All right, if you need a minute, I'll be inside then.
Yeah, I'll catch up with you in a minute. Then good. Now we've set up for part 2.
You're having
All
fun
right,
with that, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, do you want to give me your limited word count for Lucretia message?
Okay. Actually, before I do that, is this? Oh. Is that part? Okay, I just moved Penelope on the map. Is she able to access the water from there?
It's a little steep, but
Oh.
you have jumpy boots, so that's up to you.
That's true.
Like, there is water down there. It's not like you get in it and you get clashed against the rocks or anything. So.
But is it something she should be able to get down to easily?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then, yeah. Let's see.
You can just Legend of Zelda it up and go under the bridge.
True. Time to be a troll under the bridge.
That's where you get bottles.
Woohoo! Okay, so she's gonna cast Sending, and what she's going to say is, okay, she says, I hope you haven't gone far. I think we found where Einosh is hiding, and we could really use your help. Can you come back?
Okay. It takes a moment, and you get a message that says, I'm currently having tea with the Einsburns, but it sounds like duty calls. I'll be there within the hour.
Whew. Wait, Einsburns, plural? I know she can't hear me right now. Penelope just narrows her eyes. Oh, wait, that's right. There are more homunculi now. Oh, dear. That's gonna have to be a conversation for later. Holy shit. Okay, she's gonna take a deep breath and summon the lady.
All right. This conversation is available with a premium subscription.
Head on over to our Patreon.
No! But yeah, I'm going to keep the contents of that conversation to myself until parts of it are relevant.
It's much easier to keep conversations to yourself with NordVPN. No.
No! Oh my god, stop!
We have
But
no
yeah,
sponsors. We make fun of everything.
Yeah! But yeah, so when she's done with that, she's gonna walk back towards the barracks, because my assumption is that didn't take the entire hour.
No.
Okay.
You will miss Aidin going off and doing his stuff because you were under the bridge at the time. But yeah, that can round out the rest of your hour.
Cool. And then yeah, she's gonna go back in and see if she can find Johnny.
Okie dokie. Oh, I have to change the time of day on Alder's place now that I've made it nighttime. Ugh, Alder, why you gotta live in daytime?
Yeah, and then once she finds Johnny, part 2 of that whole thing happens.
Le gasp.
And I assume at that point all the Paladins and Rangers are out of that room.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is where they head for that conversation.
Fair enough.
Cool. And then I guess whenever the hour is ending, that's where we could pick up, is at the end of that.
Awesome sauce.
And that's all we got for Penelope. Ah, the void of Alder's cabin.
Yeah, hold on. Let me make it so other people can see it. How's that?
I see it. It's a cabin.
Woo!
Yep.
I had to make it so that you could see what Anise can see.
Oh, okay, that's fair. All right. Yeah, she's just not gonna waste any time. She's just gonna go straight to the door and be like, "Knock, knock, knock, Grandpap. We've got a problem. I'm
She just
coming
kicks
in."
the door open and just goes
Yeah, basically.
through the Shrek thing.
Somebody wants to...
Grandpap, we have a problem. I hope you're not sleeping like an old man at 8 o'clock at night.
I'm an elf. I don't sleep.
You know, that's actually beneficial right now.
That's fair. Well, then I didn't wake you up. So I think we found Clover Einosh. Yeah.
Where the hell is he?
So, you know the wellspring where that Dryda was hiding?
Yeah.
There. We went out there to scout, because all of a sudden we've got a better reason to go out there than just to bring back some bones of a horse. And so we found, sorry, I'm very distracted.
Sorry.
So we found the Dryda, I think, but we also figured out that that's where Einosh went after he teleported away. It's a whole thing. So it's a bigger problem than just a Dryda now, because there's the Dryda who's probably working for Einosh, maybe a zombie horse. There's a portal to another world.
What?
There's a portal to Dream's End.
Ooh,
Back
let's see if he
there.
knows what that is.
Yes.
Get to do some Alder rolls.
So I know this because player omniscient knowing. Because I know how Scry works. That means Dream's End is not another plane of existence, because he wouldn't have been able to see into it if it was another plane of existence, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And that was why I had to stop and think about it, because of the weird way that fate works. I am treating meta-wise this side of the world, the reverse side of the world, and the various small spots in between as one plane that just gets clearer or fuzzier depending on how far away you're going.
Makes sense.
Because in the weird way that Type Moon works, You can scry on the other side of the world. You can't scry on the moon. Because moons and other planets are different.
Sure,
Yeah.
Type moon
trust.
cosmology is really weird.
All right. But does he know what Dream's End is?
Die roll says... Yes.
Yes.
That's not something I've heard about in some time.
Yeah, a lot happened. There was up on the mountain. We went into Scribe's memories, and he saw a portal into Dream's End, which is in the wellspring, which is where Clover is. Einosh Clover. I don't. He he could have gone anywhere with a tree. So the fact that he went to the wellspring says to me that it was intentional and he knew about it ahead of time.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, we're gathering people. We're gonna go try and have a meeting at the amphitheater with the heads and the ranges and the paladins. And a point is, I mean, you know how dangerous Einosh is. We need to do something about him. That Dryda is also dangerous, and we need to do something about her.
And just to make sure you remember yesterday, the part where we almost killed him, and then we got him up and he got away.
Yeah.
Is there a plan on how to actually stop him?
That's why we're having the meeting.
I see.
We know for sure we can't kill him, or else he'll just hop into another body. That, and I think Aidin is really attached to Clover. And if he's innocent, I don't want anything bad to happen to him. It's not his fault. There's a weird dead apostle kind of parasite thing in him.
Well, I'll be there, but I'm just candidly, I took a bunch of people through plants twice today, so I'm not exactly up to full strength.
I really don't think we're going to fight tonight. Unless for some reason we have to. I think we're definitely going in the morning. Like, at minimum, the plan was to go in the morning to take the Dryda during when it should be asleep. Or at least isn't as active and powerful. So I don't think that the plan changes in that much. I think we definitely go in the morning. Try and catch the Dryda.
Keep in mind that I can't exactly bring Ignatius to the wellspring.
No, I wouldn't expect you to.
So
we're all just basically trying to gather people at the amphitheater to come up with some sort of plan.
All right, well, at the very least, sit down on that.
We know, well, we should have expected that Clover was here somewhere in Sherwood anyway, Einosh, because all those blights, all the blights that we brought from London that were still in the ground, he was talking to them through their roots and telling them to wait for some kind of signal to then start draining the ley lines. So he's planning something. We don't know what.
So I'm gonna play the old asshole card here. How long have you known Aidin?
Couple of days.
Because I've seen him before, and I've known him for a bit, but I also know that he's very much trying to help someone who might not be helpable. And it sounds to me like he pulled a lot of blights into a situation that is not making things better. So just be prepared in the event that he doesn't take it well if someone does put Clover down and then he feels guilty, because he's going to take it hard if that happens.
For sure. But the issue is that Einosh will jump to a different body. That's the main reason why we have to keep Clover alive.
I agree. I think there has to be a better way to do this. But if
Mm,
you're pulling together a bunch of people, it's only going to work as well as the discipline of the least disciplined one of them.
that's
So
right.
if you're
That's
pulling
right.
in a bunch of hotheads who are mad about what happened to their village yesterday, you're going to have to deal with that.
Okay, so what you're saying is we keep the valuable information of. We don't tell them immediately where he is or why it's a concern, so that they can't just go storming off and fight him immediately.
I think you should be very careful about what you tell everyone in this group, and you make sure that if you decide you want to go marching into whatever layer he set up for himself, that you're all on the same page, because I'm assuming from the presence of the leaders that you're going to have the paladins there, and you don't become a paladin for compromising on your values.
That is true.
So
I.
you're going to be at the mercy of the discipline of the paladins, the anger of the rangers, and
Mm,
the flexibility of the leaders. So this could get pretty big pretty
yeah,
fast.
it's true. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't think all of the paladins are going to come to this meeting. If I had to guess, I'd say that Beach and maybe their leader, I guess Lorelei, uh, the leader, whoever's leading them has to be the one that's the most like even tempered. I would imagine. Yeah, I'll definitely be
She's
careful with.
probably the most reasonable of the bunch of them. Um, they've all got their strengths and weaknesses, and they tend to listen to her as far as I've seen, but
Well,
I don't know
I'll.
them that well. I've obviously spent most of my time in London.
Yeah,
I just know what
and
Beach has told me.
yeah, and I just met them. I will be careful with the information that I hand out. I will try to intercept Penelope and Aidin and tell them to be careful with the information that gets doled out. But we're go we are going to need strong people to subdue or just take out the Dryder and subdue Clover, keep Einosh from running away or jumping to a different host. But I mean, we have to do something.
I
We can't
agree.
just
It
leave him here, so close to a village to do
there's
whatever it
too
is.
much to leave it alone. You're right.
Yeah, and I mean, at the bare minimum, we need to get that dried out of the wellspring and get all of those cobwebs cleaned up for sure. And I think, based on what Lucretia was saying, we would have had to clear out the Dryda anyway because she intends to do something with Dream's End, have the Grail War there maybe, but it would have to happen eventually. It's just that it got a lot more. It got sped up a lot more. Our plans.
Are you planning on
And we're
participating in that ritual?
gonna have to roll something. I mean, it's definitely crossed my mind. Um, I mean, I've sort of been invited. Lucretia said that I have an invitation. I need to
Are you
think.
aware of the survival rate of that ritual?
I know. I mean, I talked to a survivor of. Well, what kind of accent was that?
Henry Higgins!
Henry Higgins. Yeah, I was able to talk to a survivor. That's so hard to say in an accent.
Survivor. That's oh shit. That is a hard word to say. Fuck.
I was able to speak to someone that survived the previous Grail War, or a previous Grail War. I understand it's very dangerous. And I understand that it may be optimistic of me to think this, but maybe there is a way to do it and to minimize the loss of life. Like, obviously not the servants that get summoned, the heroic spirits, but they're only going to be around for a short period of time anyway. But I don't know. I know it's dangerous, and like I said, I don't know that I'm not saying I'm definitely going to participate, but it has crossed my mind. I want to do something to help with this situation, and
I understand the drive to participate. I do. Even ignoring the wish, just preventing the wrong people from getting to do something like that is important.
right.
But just be aware
And,
that you
you
would
know,
be putting yourself and your friends in grave danger to participate in such a thing.
and I suspect that Aidin is going to force his way into the Grail War, whether or not, no matter what we do. And the more people that are not on the same side, I know if there's too many people on the same side, then the Grail compensates and gets horrible people. But like the more people that have good intentions for the Grail, or even just good intentions for the Grail War, the better, I guess. But you're right, it's not necessarily about the wish, it's about keeping people that would make terrible wishes from being able to make them in the first place.
Just I can't tell you not to do it because you're an adult and you're very smart and I'm very proud of you, but just know that from what I've seen, even the people who survive it don't come back in a better place. So, if you find yourself in a position where you have to defend yourself, you have to be willing to defend yourself fully, because the people willing to kill for a wish would be willing to participate, and they will use any tool at their disposal in such a thing.
Yeah, and well, Lucretia said that there's an invitation that would have gone to you that'll go to someone else here, and I don't want it going to anyone else in our family. I don't want them to have to fight, especially not the younger siblings. If someone from Sherwood has to participate, I'd rather it be me.
He takes a look over you and he sort of slowly comes to a nod. It's a miserable burden that you're taking on there, but you're right. If it's not you, I wouldn't want it to be any of them either. And if it comes back to the council, well, at least one of them is looking to add a lot of mystery to the world, and I'd hate to see what would happen if they were given a heroic spirit.
Oh, I don't trust any of them.
You shouldn't.
None of the ones that would participate. You know, Scribe isn't going to participate. What would his wish be? Oh, I wish the world was so boring and doesn't change ever. Please.
I have a feeling that if Scribe were to participate, he would summon a heroic spirit that he could sit down and talk to until it fell apart. And he'd probably write a book and then not actually share it with anyone.
Sounds about right. But I don't trust any of the rest of them either, with a heroic spirit or the potential for a wish.
No, they're all quite suspicious in their own ways.
Better stop dying over there. But anyway, Grey War's not happening for a while. Don't have to worry about it. But yeah, we're mustering people to discuss how best to go about dealing with the Dryda and Einosh and that whole mess.
Understood. I'll be there, I guess. You said in 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock at the amphitheater, I think.
All right. Guess I'll get moving shortly. He walks over to one of the lanterns that he has sitting out, and then he leans over to it and he says, "Mind the place while I'm gone." And then he heads off with you.
Oh, is that where we're keeping Ignatius?
until I can get someone to give him a proper ride back home.
Tiny little Ignatius at the lantern.
You don't know. Maybe it's a huge lantern.
Don't destroy this for me.
All right, cool.
All right, so you guys can head out.
Yeah.
All right, let's drag a bunch of people to a map then, I think.
Yeah, heading out at a much less frantic pace. Yeah, I don't think Anise is gonna go bother the rest of her family.
Before they get there, Aidin has to run some errands and then meet them there.
Uh-huh.
At 9 o'clock. I guess technically he could do it in the morning. Is the enchanter still, like, is their thing, are lights off?
Yeah, the lights are off there by now. They had an early start to their day.
Can I knock at the door?
You can knock on the door, sure.
Knock, knock, motherfucker. Except, he doesn't cuss him out.
Right.
Knock, knock, mother fudger.
Mother trucker.
Mother trucker.
Oh dear.
But, no, you don't get a response.
I can make this easier. Is there, there's windows up there, right? I'm gonna walk up the side of the building. I'm gonna knock on the window that I assume is a room.
Okay.
Oh.
Don't think I won't. This is emergency.
Knock,
All right,
knock,
well.
knock, lover.
Whoa.
Yeah, so walking up the side of the building, we say the side of the building, like this is like one of the mini glorified tree building things. You can see an elf inside the window who is currently meditating in one of those trance things you see elves do all the time.
Cool, I knock at the window.
Okay, I will give him a save to see if it disrupts his concentration.
Politely, now I don't think I'm banging or anything. I'm just like, hello.
Okay, you see his eyes, he starts to open one eye, and seeing you outside his window on the second story, he recoils. Because keep in mind, you're on the second story, you're wearing war paint, and you're looming in with the sky growing dark behind you.
He's be like, open up the window.
He's politely knocking. He's like, hello? Sorry to bother you at 8 o'clock or 8:20, 8:30. Sorry to bother you so late evening, sir.
Can I help you?
Yes, actually, can I meet you downstairs? Or I guess if you want to open the window for easier talking.
What's this about?
It's an emergency. I say, if you recall meeting me earlier today, I am one of the
You're the
members.
centaur.
Yes.
The only one I've seen ever in my life. Yes, I'll be right down.
Thank you. Just clops down the side of the tree. Waits at the door.
Yeah, I'm not going to load that giant map just for this part, but
No.
yeah. Yeah, okay, so he comes down, he opens the front, you hear the little bell jingle as he opens the door. What's this then?
I need to ask of your knowledge and a favor, if it is possible, because it is detrimental to Sherwood. Do you have any way to enchant, and he just pulls out his rope, this rope to keep someone from using magic?
You're trying to stop someone from using magecraft?
Yes. If you have anything already like that as an item here, we are going to need it, like our lives depend on it. And by I mean we do.
It's not usually a thing that I'm asked to do, but let me see if I've got anything. Roll on dim chart. Boop. Ooh, spicy. Let me see what that corresponds to. But he rolled a 19 on a d20, so you're getting something.
I will smooch this man if I need to as well.
You said ooh spicy, and my first thought was, so the rope makes things spicy.
Well, see, we've got that.
It's
that
the
bag.
Bojangles.
Oh,
It's the
yeah,
Bojangles.
yeah.
The
We sprinkle
Bojangles
the
rope.
Oh my god,
Oh
could
my
we ask the
God.
Bojangles? It gives us anything we need.
No, it only gives spices.
It only gives spices. Spices to stop magic. Bojangles, the Bahangles bag.
Only culinary spices.
Culinary stopping of magic.
Bojangles is not magic.
It stops you from
Maybe
breathing.
it would give us chloroform? I don't know.
No, that would still hold somebody. Would knock them out.
It's like, what's one good way to block your magecraft? Bojangles.
What?
Look, them biscuits will choke you. It would stop your fucking incantation.
Clearly, you're not drinking enough sweet tea with those biscuits.
Oh dear.
What are gonna need to get to save against Bojangles?
You got a disadvantage because we're in the middle of a fucking forest and you don't see water.
So, candidly, most people who use Magecraft need to have their hands free and their eyes open and their mouth available to do so.
Yes.
So,
yes, I've got a rope.
rope is generally capable of taking care of some of those problems on its own. So, really, the closest enchantment I have is something that makes the rope a little more effective at doing that.
I would highly appreciate that.
So he reaches under the desk, so to speak, like, the front, where a register would be if this were a cash-based economy.
I love it.
And he pulls out this thing.
It's like a little snake, but cursed.
But something. So this is something that I'm going to be candid with you. I didn't make this. I got this in a trade with one of the other visiting artificers in the area some time ago. I've not really done much with it, but my understanding from limited application of it is that if you ask this rope really nicely, it will try to tie something up for you. I've been using it largely to make it easier to pack up at the end of the day because I don't really need it to tie anyone up because that's not my thing. But it sounds like you've got an important need for this. So I'll just ask if you could bring it back when you're done with it because it does make it easier to tidy up at the end of the day.
I've got you. I can bring it back. Absolutely.
All right. So he carefully hands this beautiful rope over to you. Adding it to your inventory. Let's make sure it actually added because lists are hard. Oh, did it just try to add the image? No wonder that didn't work. Hold on, let me have the item. Like, I'm dumb. There you go. I will identify it for you, though, because he's telling you what it is.
I appreciate him so much.
All right. So you can read the description, but for the benefit of all, rope is 30 feet long and weighs 3 pounds. If you hold one end of the rope and use an action to speak its command word, the other end darts forward to entangle a creature you see within 20 feet of you. The target must succeed on a DC 15 dexterity saving throw or become restrained. You can release the creature by using a bonus action to speak a second command word. The target restrained by the rope can use an action to make a DC 15 strength or dexterity check, target's choice. On a success, the creature is no longer restrained by the rope. The rope has an AC of 20 and 20 hit points. It regains 1 hit point every 5 minutes as long as it has at least 1 hit point. If the rope drops to 0 hit points, it is destroyed.
Can I heal the rope?
Did you just ask if you can heal the rope?
Can I heal the rope?
No. It heals itself as long as it's not destroyed.
That's fair. And so I can use it as like there's not like a limit to once per day. Can I use it like until I get this thing entangled?
You can keep using it. Just keep in mind that it does take an action to speak the command word.
That's fine with me.
So you would be giving up your action for a turn if you kept trying to whip it good, or so to speak.
Yep. And that is the plan and the goal.
Just keep in mind it's a 20-foot range, so be careful.
Oh, I'm balls to the wall right now, my homie.
All right, well, you have a rope. And that's what you
Excellent.
get for getting him to roll a 19 on a check to see if he has magic rope.
Fuck yes. And once again, he shakes his hand. He's like, I apologize for having to interrupt you. Your contribution will not be forgotten. It will be brought back as well. But also, you have helped immensely. And he's going to. Let's see, do I have anything I can actually give him? Just for the moment. Does he want some holy water?
No, I'm good. Just bring it back when you're done with it. Would you like to know what the actual command words are to make this work?
Oh, trust me, yes, I would love to know.
All right. To be very careful with it, the person who made it has a bit of a sense of humor.
Oh no.
So to make it tie someone up, you say spaghetti, and when he says the word, it flies over at you and tries to wrap around you.
Okay.
So you can do a saving throw dexterity.
Okay. Let me. Dexterity. Holy
Nice.
shit. He just catches it gently in his arms. Like, oh, you're gonna be so great.
It wraps around your arm, but it doesn't restrain you. It just looks kind of like a cool anime armband because apparently they draw that a lot.
I was actually gonna have it wrap around like that when he starts hauling ass back out. So yes.
Yeah, so it does that. Yeah, so that's the first part. It's spaghetti, and when you want it to let go, you say linguini. And when he says that, it unwraps and is just like a normal rope in your arm now.
Okay. Yeah. He's like, it will likely be sometime in the afternoon tomorrow, maybe a little later evening, but it won't be more than a day.
Yeah, just try to take care of it.
He
It's been pretty good to me so far.
Yeah, he's like, he gently just does like a nice little pat on the rope as he just does the like wrapping it around the shoulder like it's like one of those guard ties and uniforms. He's like, I will treat it with extra special care. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your meditating. He's like, I will leave you to it. And then he dashes out the door.
Okay.
To the amphitheater.
You have successfully acquired a rope.
Yes. Thank you, enchanter person.
I think you've used up nearly all of his items now.
Hell yeah.
Between the lot of you.
Look, that was my first time asking for anything, so I am content.
All right.
Not exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, and we're taking all his items. We brought in a rival artificer
To be fair, I'm bringing
who,
this
like,
one
kind
back.
of threw shade at him a little.
Hey, he was pretty happy. He got to learn.
That's fair.
Yeah, they had like a little powwow, an artificer meeting.
All right. Oh, man. Okay, so the Sherwood Amphitheater map still has all these old tokens on it.
Oh no.
So I'm going to start hiding them and then I'll share it. I'm not going to delete them because I don't want to find them all again later. Whenever this nonsense is resolved and they resume. In which I'm reminded that Fantasy Grounds is not very good at multi-select actually doing something. I've done it before. I just don't ever remember what the trick is. Well, I'll let the map start loading for you as I drag you over. Just ignore all the people on it for right now. So, yeah. Slowly hiding all those NPCs. Because we're not playing in person when you can just sweep them off the table.
Just throw them off the table. It's fine.
I mean, I like the idea of having like the big game table where you have the Vegas thing where you can just slide things off, just like hook them.
I saw on Pinterest where someone had built a table, like there's a layer where you can put like board games, and then like things fold over and turn it into a regular dining table, so you can just
Yeah.
fold and the board game is still there.
They push a lot of those at Dragon Con where they charge way too much.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But yeah, it's absolutely a thing. It's something that I might consider doing when I have like a house. Since it's not even about like, oh, I need to have crazy nerd table. I just like the idea of pre-setting up a game that I know I'm going to want to play later. Like just having all of Eldritch Horror set up or something in case people come over at some point and want to play it, so I don't have to then dig it all out.
I just pictured you opening up the table and like Cthulhu crawling out of the table.
Sup?
Be like,
No,
"Whoa."
Cthulhu doesn't get to be in the table. Cthulhu like is sleeping and waiting. So, you know, probably not the table.
I mean, who knows? Maybe he's been in the table the whole time.
I'm pretty sure he's just sleeping in Raleigh.
Oh.
Not Relay, Raleigh. It's more
Well.
fun that way.
That's a problem.
Aya, Cthulhu, Fatagan,
Oh,
etc.,
no.
etc. Please ignore the racist backstory.
Ugh.
Don't Google what his cat was named.
No, don't do that.
For less problematic cats, hi Shelly. She's joined me at the corner I'm sitting at.
Shelly, are you gonna roll some dice?
She's thinking about it. Shelly, roll for cat treats. Or you
Yeah,
know,
so-
keep staring at me. That's weird.
I think if you gave her dice, she might try and roll them.
Ooh.
If you put them on the edge of something, she might knock them off it. Play into the cat part.
I've put a D20 in front of her. Whoa, oh, there she goes.
See, I told you.
Shelly, roll the dice.
Don't teach her about dice. She'll turn out like shades.
Do it. Roll the dice. I believe
If you
in
teach her
you.
about dice, then later you'll come home and she'll have ordered 17 dice on the internet.
Or all of our dice will be gone, and we'll find them under the couch and behind bookshelves where she stashes her toys.
Yeah. All right. I have a pile of characters on screen now.
Lord, yeah.
If I forgot anyone, assume they're there, and I'll drag them when you point it out.
Cool.
Are all of the paladins there?
I think so.
Hmm.
They're in a row.
Oh boy.
Look, I'm looking over the other maps. I don't think Soren's there, but that's
He should be.
Oh. Appropriate.
No. You mean my man? I asked him to be there. Well, no, because she did say she was gonna have everyone else kind of on standby. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I see how.
He's like level 2. Do you want to kill this man?
He's level 2.
Don't kill Florence.
I don't want him to die.
Woo.
I thought he was stronger than that. He
You have to remember that he put in an order for someone to take care of this problem.
Okay, but it's a Drider, to be fair. I feel like anybody would have put in an order for that.
I mean, it's the reasonable thing to do.
Yeah, so, you know, you can't fault me for thinking, you know, he's just emotionally traumatized at the moment. Which, you know, he definitely is.
Just take it as an opportunity to remember that you're all badass.
It's fair. Very fair.
All right, so here's your pile of people. Their little bubble is still up.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
I had a feeling.
Yep. I'm just going to drag all these tokens into a closer spot so the screen doesn't have to be super zoomed out.
Yeah.
Get up here, Hemlock. Good job, Hemlock. Dragging everybody, all of you two.
How did Nora get there?
You guys said you were gonna get Nora,
Oh,
so I moved Nora.
Oh.
I didn't.
I thought that was one of the things that
He was gonna find Grandpap and then possibly Nora, and then we
Okay.
said that Nora was in the barracks still.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if you don't want her to be there, she doesn't have to be.
No,
It's up to you.
all.
Would she have gone along even if Aidin didn't go get her?
She would have gone along if she knew what was going on, but she was at a different table.
Yeah. He doesn't know who she is. He's never met her yet.
Oh, that's true.
Well, no, I take it back. Briefly said hi to her at the meeting. She was sitting
She
next
sat
to-
with you guys.
Yeah, she was sitting next to Penelope, so he met her momentarily, but he doesn't know jack shit about her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't have gone along even to be nosy if she saw like a bunch of all the paladins and a couple rangers and Scraggly go.
Let's see, and who? Whoa, whoa! Stop trying to escape, map. Don't do it. Don't do it, map. The map just started auto-scrolling, and it was really disorienting. All right, so
no.
that's almost everyone. And finally, don't add a pen. Come on, game. There's so many shortcuts, I'm starting to mix them up. All right.
There she is.
And
There's one of my 500 wives.
You're
Just one,
collecting
huh?
wives. This one is collecting husbandos. I'm just over here with Derek.
Just vibing.
Like,
I'm offended that you said that's one of your 500 wives.
Look, it's one of
Oh wait, no, there's two of them. 3. Wait,
wait, did she bring Echo?
she
Yeah.
brought Echo and Delia.
Huh.
Cool.
She is a different means of travel than what you guys use.
Excellent.
So there's 2 of my wives. I
Is Johnny not there?
Johnny's there.
Johnny's there already.
Johnny right here.
There's I have several wives on the screen. It's fine. Not all
The-
of them are the
You're
top
truly
wives.
playing fate over there.
Huh?
You're truly playing fate over there when you're like, yeah, 3 of my wives are on screen.
It's fine. You know what? There's Dead Apostle wife. There's Homunculus wife. There's Angry Paladin wife. There's Not So Angry Paladin wife. There's Beach wife. who is
Beach
just
wife?
Beach wife.
Excuse you, the beach is with the husbando group, and I will fight you.
There's Centaur wife.
Oh shit, fuck yeah.
There's Anise wife.
Excuse you. Item's down for being centaur wife.
There's Johnny wife.
So
Eric is not my wife.
Good.
He's a husbando. He's a husbando through and through.
Alder is also not my wife.
Yeah.
that would be
you're
weird.
allowed one member of my family, including me.
Angelica's my wife.
What? No, I'm pretty sure she's Cypress's
I'm
wife.
I'm sharing with
Something,
Cypress.
something, your mom joke, something. You guys have made a very complicated combat tracker if this goes down the way you think it's going to go down.
Well, you see,
I-
we're being tacticians and splitting it into 2 groups. Chick.
Ah. Gonna.
Look, you have information you can now share
I
in a hot
do.
minute. Yeah.
And I'm just
I got
vibrating
information to
in my
share.
seats. Okay.
All right, well, yeah, a whole bunch of people show up, including, while everyone else sort of walked in, you straight up have Echo and Irisfield the Wolf, or Iliasville the Wolf. God, stupid fate. Iliasville the Wolf. That's my own fault. I named her. And yes, Dead Apostle, Waifu Lucretia there before all of you get there because she travels quickly upon being informed that this was going on.
Oh, jeez.
And we appreciate that.
Oddly enough, you'll notice that she and Echo are both still holding tea.
As elegant bitches do.
So I have a question. What order do we all arrive to the amphitheater in?
I would assume.
So, based on my understanding of the timeline from how things just played out, the Lucretia party arrived first because they got there almost instantaneously from when you did sending. So that was a bit ago. I'm operating in the assumption that Anise told Nora before leaving, from what we were saying before, since we're operating on that assumption that Nora was informed. So Nora got there probably next because she wasn't pulled into the little powwow where it took 10 minutes to scry. Then the Sabriel Paladins group got there. And after they'd left that room was when Penelope and Johnny had their thing. So that had to be after they left. And then I think Penelope and Johnny got there about the same time that Anise and Alder got back. And then Aidin, we'll say, arrived at about the same time too, because Aidin had less to travel and travels faster, but also had to like wake a dude up.
Yeah.
So I think that mostly tracks. Like some of it's just gonna be cinematic time. Scraggly arrived with the Paladins.
Okay. In that case, can I slightly reverse or just like rewind slightly and have Penelope and Johnny talking about something as they're walking up?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Because she's gonna tell her. Well, yeah, but she's gonna tell her about a thing that happened before the other thing that happened.
Okay. She is now in the loop.
About job title?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming that was what you're referring to, but
Yeah, I was basically wanting her to be telling her that as they're walking up.
gotcha.
So, like, if anybody has really good, like, passive perception, they might hear something.
I want a perception.
That's why I'm like, I know somebody
coming up
over
around
here
me.
is, like, vibrating, so
It's like if we're walking up around
this
the
is your
same
one
time,
chance.
This is it. Maybe I finally fucking know.
And even then, you probably won't know all of it.
No, that's okay.
And Anise is just like not anywhere near
17. What do I hear with my horsey ears?
So are you actively trying to listen in, or are you just running on the fact that you're overhearing stuff?
I'm overhearing shit.
Okay, because if you're just overhearing it, then you didn't really need to roll. It would just be your passive.
Oh.
Yeah, what's your passive?
Which is still pretty good. Don't worry. It's just, like, I think your passive is, yeah, 14? Yeah, that's still pretty good. Yeah, so depending on how loud Penelope wants to be with this, you could be spied on by a horse.
She's not talking, like, super loud. She's, like, normal voice level. I mean, she's just kind of, like, chatting with Johnny at this point, and
The horse runs past you, catches some words.
And, as you're walking by, you just hear, so she's gonna be getting me, like, a sword, I think? Or something? It's really cool.
Does this make you the king of England?
God, I hope not. That would suck ass.
It doesn't seem like a good deal.
Yeah, I don't want that. But yeah. So, I mean, I think if you wanted to ask her to show you a couple of things once you learn some of the basics. I
Okay.
think we've got an in.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I mean, happy to learn.
Yeah.
Aidin swings by. Hi, Penelope. Bye, Penelope. Just, meow. He's got a cool looking rope on his shoulder.
How does he still have energy this late at night?
I think it's on account of he's still just learning how caffeine works.
Oh God. Oh,
He's on that
and he
adrenaline.
had cake. Oh God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got that sugar rush. He's got adrenaline rush.
I hope he doesn't crash in the middle of something important in the morning.
That's what sleep is for.
Oh, yeah, that'd be bad.
That's what 8 hours sleep is for, my friend. Whee.
But yeah, so that is what they are talking about as they are walking up.
I'm sure you'll look really cool with a sword.
He's gonna ask about that later.
Yay.
That's what you say.
Well. Yeah. She's just like very, very sheepish.
Alrighty. So, following all of that, if no one has any other stuff they want to do on the way there, you now have a giant pile of people outside of a plant tent.
Got a knock on the wall.
Say when I see Lucretia, I'm gonna run up to her.
Oh, good. Lucretia's here. Wait, is that
And Echo.
Echo?
She wanted to be present if we're dealing with Enosh. I want to be present if we're dealing with Enosh.
Did you really want to be present, Echo?
For the most part, I wanted to be within bow range.
That's fair. I don't know that we should.
I'm assuming I can hear this. This isn't being quiet, right?
She's not being subtle.
He
No,
just looks at her and he's
nobody's
like, unless you can guarantee that you will not kill him, you will not be joining.
That's nice. So what's exactly is going on?
He's knocking on the...
I think, and she notices the paladin like super close. She's gonna like kind of go around over to where the she's gonna move around so that she's not quite as close to the paladins. She's gonna be like, so I think we might have found where he's been going to hide. But it also happens to be where the Drider is.
Huh.
But we need to take care of this Drider. But I'm also like, I don't know if we should be. I don't know what we should be doing right now, because I don't want to fight him. We're not ready. And it's we're not ready.
Well, an important thing to keep in mind, Anise is keeping her voice down too, like, important thing to keep in mind is under no circumstances can we let Clover die. If we let Clover die, Einosh will jump into a new body, and if that happens, that could be very bad.
Alright. I like you're all whispering. He's absolutely told.
We're not whispering.
Oh.
We're just keeping our voices down so certain stab-happy paladins are not hearing.
Oh, yeah, no, he still made it very clear. He's just like, he cannot die.
I mean, I don't know what Aidin found out, because I think he went to go scry or something. Or get somebody to scry. But, like, if he's in there, I don't think we need to be dealing with him. And that's why I called you, Lucretia.
Knock, knock.
Yeah, this is unfortunately something that is a bit more on my cleanup list, if at all possible. Normally I try to stay out of the way of these conflicts, but he's left a bit of a mess here, and this falls in my job description.
Yeah.
We would have had to get rid of the Dryda anyway, I think. But
And then, depending on how all this goes, because I think, yeah, depending on how all this goes, I have something to talk to you about after we deal with this thing.
Look forward to the conversation.
See, I know you're just knocking, but I'm like picturing Aidin like headbutting the plant bubble.
I'm imagining Aidin is like one of those flies who doesn't understand that a window exists and is just repeatedly bonking into it.
Bonk.
Absolutely. Don't mind him. He's just like, knock, knock, knock. And then he's just like, I need a little more power. I don't know if I can hear it. So he's like positioning his hands against to hold the wall. He just takes up one of his like hooved feet. He's like, knock, knock. Just like shoving his foot into the door. Or the equivalent of where a door could possibly
Aidin,
be.
I don't think they can hear you.
That's why I use more force.
Well, no, we couldn't hear anything out here when you guys were in there. I assume you couldn't hear anything outside the bubble or plant ball or whatever.
I think we could hear out. We just
No.
can't hear in. I don't remember.
Right?
I just know I need their attention.
Aidin, I don't think they can hear you.
And then Sariel, do you have like that stone that can contact them in there, or is it just other rangers? You can ask that, right?
I don't usually make a point of interrupting them when they're, well, they don't generally deliberate, if I'm being honest, but
Yeah, I need you to interrupt them. This is kind of an emergency. I feel like that trumps deliberations that may need to be deliberated again in about whenever this is done.
I don't really have a line of doing that. This is stupid. Hold on.
Alder, you're the best.
He walks over to the giant plant creation thing, and he's gonna do a thing.
Is he gonna dispel magic on it?
And sure, describe this right.
Thank you, Alder. MVP. Also, you should fix not having a line to the leaders. I feel like that's kind of important.
Alrighty. Just want to make sure that I'm reading this right. Yeah, so he walks over to this big plant thing, and he puts his hand up against the edge of it because, like, unlike the tent type thing that Penelope creates, like the hut, this is actually just grown around them as a bit of a dome, which means it's not perfectly airtight. Like, air comes and goes in it, like you don't suffocate or anything inside of it, but it does seem to block out sound pretty well. So what he does is he puts his hand up against one of the very small gaps in it, and then he starts casting a spell that, Anise, you can recognize well enough to see that it's not actually a spell. He's doing that thing you do where he summons a familiar.
Oh.
And he's just summoning something very small that can go inside of it.
Ooh.
And he steps back. You might want to back up, son. And out of the front of this thing, it splits open almost immediately. And let me just go ahead and clear that. So it pops out, and you can see the 5 of them in there looking really, really agitated as a swarm of bees is flying around above all of them.
The whole fucking swarm!
What is the meaning? Oh. Alder. Scribe.
Scribe!
Well, is there Did you have a reason to interrupt us with a swarm of bees?
We
Yeah,
got problems.
a lot of problems.
Yeah, take it away, kids. I did my part.
Thank you.
Do you want to start talking first? You want me to start talking?
We've got Einosh problems. As in, we know where he is, and it's a problem.
Actually, it's more than just where he is. We know. There's an update on his location.
Oh.
Oh yeah. We'll get to that in just a second. So, remember that Drider problem?
There's a Drida that's made its home in the wellspring, eating horses. It's a whole thing.
We got back from doing a recon on that when we, and by we I mean Anise, recognized the location itself.
Yeah, so our friend Scraggly back there, and she points back to Scraggly, was able to scry on Einosh, and he showed us what the place where Einosh was recovering looked like, and I recognized the wellspring as the place that Einosh was recovering when we went to go scout to see if the Dryda was hiding there and whatnot. So we're, I guess, reasonably sure that Einosh is there, or...
We'll get to that part in just a moment.
Okay.
Reasonably sure is there, but that brings us to the point of... I might have ship talked him this morning. I might have. I used all my spells on it.
I am not surprised.
Don't judge me right now, Scribe. It got good intel, okay?
Anise is actually laughing.
He's absolutely alive, and the fact that he's alive and he's been through there, and Drider is also absolutely alive, leads us to believe that either the Drider is willingly or unwillingly helping Einosh, which is its own problem. There's that. We potentially have more than just the Drider as an issue. When Bartholomew was...
That's my bat.
Yes.
I named him Bartholomew.
Rest in peace, Bartholomew. You were amazing.
She just makes a saluting motion.
He follows suit. He has no idea what this means, but he does it. He's just
Montgomery also salutes.
Fuck yeah.
Of course he does.
A giant figure in the fog, which looked horse-like, which either A, could have been the Drider, or B, potentially Soren's horse, Archon, took out Bartholomew. Which means not only will we have to deal with the Drider, Einosh, and an undead horse, but also leaves the potential of lights being in that region as well. There's a lot in there that we initially did not have count for.
And, well, Scribe, you know what's in the wellspring.
So we will get to that in just a moment.
I know what was in the wellspring, yes.
Exactly. So, I had Scraggly help scry again.
Oh, it's night.
Yeah, I just forgot to turn that on earlier.
Wow, that sun set real fast.
Very ominous in the window. Scraggly is amazing and was able to check where Einosh is currently located. He's not in the wellspring currently.
He's not?
He's in a very golden place that doesn't quite belong. He's dropping hints to the party right now. He's not saying it out loud exactly where. And he looks at Lucretia and he's like, and that's going to be a problem for especially you.
Did he go to the place that's perpetually fall here? Why would he go there?
It's like, not only is he there, Scraggly was able to see a giant tree with roots covering out, and the tree sent Scraggly. And if it's the tree that you recognize, Scribe, and the one that I have theories about, that raises another problem.
Well, if there's one of those trees in Sherwood again, we need to go fight it, right? Anise is rolling so bad.
My concern
Penelope
is
just gonna reach up and be like, Anise, no,
No?
just shaking her head and just mouths the word dream's end to her.
I don't know what you're saying. I can't read lips.
She's just gonna like tug on Anice's arm and bring a
Anise
signal.
Anise leans down.
She's gonna put both of her hands on the sides of Anice's face, like the idiot sandwich thing.
It's my favorite go-to with Penelope's.
Are we going to kiss right now? Because I'm kind of dating Derek.
He won't care, but also no. Oh God, I did this earlier.
What?
I'll tell you later.
So, like, are they gonna kiss? No.
And now my brain is short-circuiting. Oh God.
Can I have my...
Oh no, you can't. And she's gonna be Anise, and this. She's whispering this, but I'm not going to whisper.
Stage whisper. Yep.
But she's gonna be like, Anise, dreams end.
What about dreams?
Oh my fucking God.
Anise. Oh my God. It's so.
It's okay.
Oh.
Do I need to kiss you to
no.
make things go through?
No.
'Cause I will. This is a threat and a promise.
You know, if I wasn't dating Derek... No. It's fine. I get it. I think I understand. I get it.
I'm
Cool.
really getting the impression that they're not going to kiss.
You can let go of my face now.
I'm not gonna let go until
What?
I'm sure that you understand what I am telling you without saying it out loud. Because if I say it any louder than I am currently whispering it to you, other people will hear me.
Our mushroom friend is in another castle.
Did you just make a motherfucking Mario reference to me, Anise?
I have a Game Boy.
I'm so proud of you.
But I get it.
Okay.
Can I have my face back?
Yes.
Okay.
So Aidin's just turning. He's looking from Lucretia to the leaders back to the Paladins. And he's like, "We need to take care of the Drider, who is now, as far as we know, in cahoots with Einosh, which is where you all come in." And he looks at the Paladins. It's like, it is not an easy foe.
I'll do it.
You are the perfect person for the Drider. He specifically
I will
says,
cut the spider off of it.
Cool. And he looks at Penelope and he says, specifically the Drider.
Well, hold up. Aidin, if he's not there anymore, we don't have to worry about it.
No, we do.
No, I think we need to worry more.
That is,
Why?
I will pull you in for that. We need to worry more.
Why?
If I'm understanding things correctly, we need to be very much more worried if he's actually where I think he is.
Yes.
Do you get
But
the
that-
impression that they haven't planned this out yet? Let them have this.
Have a moment. All right.
We brought you all here because we need a plan to deal with the Drider and Einosh.
I have a plan. Right?
Okay.
It's like, again, the Paladins, I need you to take care of the Drider, to clear a way. Can you handle that?
The Drider and any zombie
Any
horses
potentially-
or blights.
We should not have too much trouble dealing with such a thing, but I am curious about the bigger circumstances of the tree monster.
Let us get into that. Alright. I will not say where, but I will say it is a close area of proximity to where that place is.
Is there a
Yeah.
reason you won't say where?
I look at the angry person who wants to kill things. Einosh cannot be killed. I need to know that all of you have the discipline.
It's not that he can't be killed. He could probably very easily be killed. We cannot kill him. We cannot let him die. It's very bad. It's very dire circumstances if we let him die.
If he dies, he will jump himself from his host, who is currently an innocent person, into another innocent host and take them over. He is a parasite that is nothing to bat your eyelashes at. And if he gets into one of your bodies, you are done for, because as far as we know, there is no way to remove him. That is a project in process. We need to contain him. And he pulls the rope from off his shoulder. It's like, I have procured a rope that will help entangle him, and all of you that can and have the ability to hold a person, you need to prepare that for the morning. We need to wrangle him to keep him contained. That way he cannot cast magic, he cannot continue to cause harm, and he's out of the area that he is in. But I need to know that none of you will kill him and will pull your punches, or I will not give you the location to join in and help. Do we have an understanding? His death is our doom.
Okay, so now we get to play everyone's favorite game. Blind insight checks.
Oh dear.
Am I rolling insight on all these people?
No, they're rolling insight on us.
They're rolling insight on you, and you're going to roll insight on them, but I'm going to be the one doing the rolling because the insight doesn't serve a purpose if you know whether or not you succeed.
That's fair. Now, we have a way of making it so that he can't cast any spells, but that also means that none of us can as well. She just looks over at Penelope.
Penelope is looking incredibly frustrated and freaked out right now.
And if he can't cast any spells, he's essentially just a little... Oh god, Anise wouldn't know the word twink.
That is your go-to with these people.
Where's Johnny coming in with the American slang?
He's he's just like a frail little boy, basically.
Frail schoolboy, the British equivalent slang.
He's just kind of like a frail human if he can't cast any spells. Or use his stupid spore ability, or whatever, but... We wouldn't be able to cast either if we activated that, so...
So if he is where I think you're saying that he is, are you implying that we're about to go in there, Aidin?
I'm implying we need to get
Are
rid
we
of the
going
Drider,
in there?
and we need to take care of it because it's going to cause issues.
Yeah, of course we're going to take care of the Drider.
We-
I'm talking about...
I don't think we should fight him in there.
We need to drag him out. We need to hold.
How are you going to pull him out?
We need to lure. What we know is he's already planning something soon from what he has told the Blights.
Well, he's gonna come out eventually, so maybe we just ambush him.
And she's just going to gesture over to Lucretia. We have one of his associates, co-workers, etc. over here who knows how to deal with him. Hold, please.
Okay.
But the main,
But
the first
yeah,
thing...
she knows how to deal with him personally. And how to clean up his mess.
I mean, the first order of business, and the reason most of us are here, is getting rid of the Drider
We need the Drider
and
out of
clearing
way.
the area so that we're not
Yeah.
having to deal with any extra people or things
In
or
the way.
creatures
Like that
when
is...
we do eventually
let's-
ambush him.
Honestly, let's handle the Drider. We should not be. I don't think we should be dealing with Dinosh. Not right now.
Well, we
We shouldn't be trying to drag him out.
we don't need to deal with Inosh, but we need to deal with all of his associates.
that are lurking in that area.
Woo!
Woo! That's
Look,
a lot
I
of
told you it
buttons.
was going to be mass checks. Here we are.
Like, there's a lot going on in that area we have to take care of.
Yeah.
If it was just the Dryda, we would not all be here. We'd just go with the Paladins and let them do their stab thing, and it'll be great. But it's not just the Dryda anymore.
Yeah.
And even if what's in the wellspring wasn't an issue, it's still the Dryda is still a problem, and it's still a dead apostle that wants to take over Sherwood and do bad things. So I don't expect you to care that much about Sherwood, but I obviously do.
I mean, obviously. As long as we guarantee that all they will be dealing with, and she gestures to the Rangers and the Paladins, is the Drider, and nothing else.
I mean, if he comes out and fights us, we can't guarantee anything.
I cannot let them endanger themselves. I can't tell you why.
Does it have to do with body hopping?
No.
I mean, if he came,
I've been told to not let them get needlessly killed.
But when he attacked with all those blights, if he does that again, people would get needlessly injured if we don't nip this in the bud.
You're right.
It's like this is their home too. They need to be able to defend it, but they need to do so with discipline. I'm not going to deny them the help to tangle him up. But I need to know that's all they will do.
Penelope's just gonna hold up her hands alright.
But again, no one's going in because that is a bad idea. It is, we need him out of there.
We saw why going in there, even looking in, is a bad idea.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. That's why I'm not like that.
That's how you end up like Scribe.
Yeah, it's just like everyone looks over at Scribe, like, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he knows. He's aware. You've explained it to him.
It's not good. But if we can come up with a plan to take this out and keep him trapped so nothing else can be done, it's 2 birds, 1 stone. And he looks at Lucretia once more. So he's got shit he's got to say to her in a minute.
That's a new language.
Ooh. That's gotta be Sylvan.
It is, but it's not coming across to me why. So I can read it. I'm supposed to be able to read it.
It says it's understood by you.
It's not showing me for some reason.
Is it not showing you on the line right above it?
Did a test. Okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure it worked since I haven't tried that one, and I wanted to make sure none of you randomly also had it before I used it as a message for you.
Okay,
So.
Thank you.
Yep.
Tell me what my inquisitive eyes and ears see. Looks over at Stabby McGee. I have feelings on her. Can she hold her stabbing together?
So, Penelope's just gonna kind of take a step back away from Aidin. Just still holding her hands up, and her mouth is just pursed closed.
Yeah. It's like, he understands where she's coming from, but at the same time, there's a vital thing that it's like he has to bring Lucretia when he brings this point forward, because it's like he's surprised she's not kind of getting it yet.
Well, it sounds like we can definitely... Well, maybe not definitely. Sounds like we have a way of subduing him in the short term, but not the long term.
Okay. Yeah. He looks over at the leader. He's like, do you know? He's addressing all of them. He's like, so, how many of you actually have the ability to hold others?
Do I have hold person?
You should. I think you should.
I do.
I mean, after you sleep, you can have all kinds of things.
Yeah. But I think it's something that druids get as well.
It's a pretty common one.
It's gonna be faster for me to just look at my
He's
cards.
just like, you might want to make sure someone has that at all times. We don't quite know yet when he'll be back out. Preferably, we'd like to lure him out.
Right, so you're talking more directly to Lorelei right now, right? The leader?
Directly to her.
It's admittedly not something that most of my team usually has to fall back on, but with some time, I think we can come up with something. The question that I have to ask of you, though, is what are you going to do with him once this is done, if you can actually subdue him?
We need to keep him cut off from his senses. That is the first and foremost. If he can't see, can't hear, he's not going to be able to do anything.
Are you going to prevent him from biting his own tongue and bleeding out so that he can reincarnate into a body that is not so hindered?
I mean, there are tools for that, as much as I wouldn't want to use them, but if it comes to it, then yes, because I'm not going to allow him to hurt Clover. I'm going to be speaking with my god tonight, see if there's any other methods to purge him, preferably and capture said dead apostle. If any of you happen to know a genie, that'd be great. Those seem to apparently work. But those are kind of in the mystery as well right now.
So, I don't remember if we've asked Lucretia straight out, do you think there's a way to get a Clover and Inosh separate?
Yeah, we have.
Okay. Aidin has when they were in the thing. And that's where the genie came up.
Okay, gotcha.
It's like, we need to keep him from being able to be active.
Okay, in that case,
while keeping Clover safe. And we have eyes on him. That is the most important part, is the eyes. If we can also keep him disconnected from the other trees, with all these senses being cut off, that also prevents another blight attack on Sherwood. And as mentioned earlier, he's trying to get the blights to do something. We have disconnected the sweet, innocent blights of our home, and by our home, my home, which they have listened to Anise, and they understand what's going on, and they will be listening
Are there
to her.
sweet and innocent blights? Not my experience, but he might know something we don't.
I've brought them up to the leaders before. They're also a way to be able to know when he is close and far, because they have that connection to him. So it's a two-way street. But they've been disconnected. So if we can disconnect him from all the others that are under his control that aren't as friendly, that is a positive on our side, because we don't know how many more he has ready to go for whatever he has planned very soon, apparently. So if we can keep ourselves on the defense and fortified, preventative measures are going to be integral right now.
He's just going to keep attacking Sherwood no matter what body he's in. It seems like, for some reason, what he needs is here in Sherwood. So I think really all we can do is either figure out how to kill Inosh without killing Clover.
Containment. We need to be able to contain them.
Separate them, or we make a wish.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We're not gonna be able to separate them.
Well, then we still need to figure out a way to deal with Inosh.
Well, yeah, but she's just gonna have a moment to breathe. And she's gonna be like, From what I've been told, he can't be separated anymore. Or at least there's not a good, actual, feasible way to do it. And the only way that we're really going to get rid of Einosh is if we truly destroy Einosh. Like, the whole thing. Like, you have to truly destroy Einosh itself and not just the body jumper.
Well,
That's...
well, I hate to say it like this, but keeping him in Clover is probably the smartest move then, because if he gets into a more powerful druid, that'd be even worse.
Yeah.
Keeping him trapped in Clover is probably the smart move. Until we can figure out how to get rid of Einosh.
And she just, like, looks over at Lucretia for help, like...
Or figure out what in the world he's trying to do and why he's doing it.
Generally speaking, dead apostles are, well, of a certain stature. They're unkillable, and it's usually a matter of inconveniencing them for long periods of time. Of all things, the church has had the best history of neutralizing what they couldn't kill. Not that I think anyone here necessarily wants to speak to them. And with that point, you can see up on the stage, Felix looks like he's about to suggest something, and then Nathaniel is very much glares at him, and then he doesn't say anything.
Well, someone from the church owes me a favor.
And it's... You know... Like... I don't want to give away too much, but... I mean, Vivi and I have dealt with them before. Multiple times. So...
Anime style across the subcontinent, Vivi sneezes while drinking something and goes, "What was that about?" And then we're back here.
I'm pretty sure she just sneezed. Don't ask me how I know. But...
Oh, the bonds between teacher and student.
Yeah.
She's a metamancer.
Alright, so yeah, he's looking at all of them. Paladins have pretty much agreed to, helping with the Drider.
And any other,
if, he comes out helping with the entanglement.
Well,
Cool.
if it's all the same to all of you, it sounds like you've got sufficient arms to move in on what I assume is a very small location. So I think we're just going to be on alert on our end should his army of blights decide it's time to be an army of blights.
Read my mind. Alright. Is there a way to keep channel with you, Sariel?
You're a cleric, are you not?
Look, I have messages, but I can only get 3 times a day, and if I have to bait him out, it might take all 3 of those messages again. Is there a more secure way where I'm not reliant on potential magic running out?
I mean, we could have a flare gun or something, some fireworks.
Same for...
some sort of signal. Hey, things went bad and there's blights heading your way.
Like, in general, I would like a secure way for us to reach you and the Paladins if shit starts hitting the fan. Like, we're heading out tomorrow morning to deal with the Drider. That's fine. But having secure contact is really important right now.
Do you think that we should just go get some walkie-talkies? You know, that might actually work.
Whatever those are, those sound great. Just hide them across.
Yeah, like walkie-talkies are like little phone things that are shorter range, but would probably work better here.
Oh, shit. Well, why didn't you mention that earlier?
Because
Sounds
it
amazing.
seems like everyone but me can talk to people anywhere in the world whenever they feel like it.
I can't.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a fair point. I thought you could do everything.
No, just plant things mainly, and picking up dudes and throwing them at other dudes.
That's a good trick. That's a good trick.
Yeah.
Is there any better way to communicate, really?
Yeah, that's what he's trying to get across here. He's like, the fact that I can only do this 3 times a day, and if I required to use those at other points for emergencies, I don't have enough. I need a way to contact you. You know, any extra spare stones or something? I don't know if they're like assigned via inscribed names on them. You know,
What about a whistle?
a whistle, something to cue, something to be like, hey.
I mean, we can try to see if there's an extra. I'm sure someone's got the day off. We don't exactly keep more than we need usually, but I'll see what I can find.
Okay. Thank you. Highly appreciated.
Since you rolled so high on the insight roll you don't realize you made, I'm going to tell you that she kind of just doesn't want you to have the ability to call them in the future.
He's like, nods to her. He's just like, you know, you can take it back afterwards.
Oh, we'll absolutely have to do that. That's just, policy.
Yeah, no, it's completely understandable. It's just for how intense the situation is. It's the only reason I'm asking right now.
I mean, I could leave Hemlock with them if one of them can use.
Honestly, I
Speak with
can
animals.
just use sending.
Oh.
I don't mind using sending. Like, I also have 3 of them per day,
I guess between the 3 of us, that means we have 6 at least.
so we'll be fine.
That works. Penelope, you are MVP. We have more than before.
But it's gonna be for the best if the Rangers don't come along, I think.
No, them standing guard absolutely is.
In case things go bad on our end, at least they'll be able to defend Sherwood.
And the fewer... Like, we definitely need some firepower for the Drider, but I feel like the fewer of us that are there, if he does happen to show up, the better.
He looks at Penelope and he looks at what's her name? Oh shit.
Lorelei?
Looks at Lorelei and sees what her response to that is.
Well, like I said before, we've got the morning free, so let's go hunt a monster.
Alright, then. In that case, let's meet outside the wellspring.
Right. Don't forget to prepare.
What time do we want to meet up?
Sunrise?
Oh boy. Yep, let's meet up at sunrise.
Alright, and then he's just gonna swing over as everyone's starting to head out. He's like, if you need... Oh, that's the other thing. Heads up, just in case, get some cloths to prepare on your body. Don't know if there will be spores there or not. Preferably, do not breathe them in. So just get some wraps to cover your faces.
Oh, and
some sort of sunglasses in case we need to
Yes.
use daylight to blind the Drider.
That's another thing. Guess something, to help your eyes, because I will be blinding them. And if you also have daylight, you might want to prepare it.
Okay, well, you now have a giant pile of people.
Oh boy.
I think it's going to be safe to assume that following this, people are going to go to sleep and prep stuff, and we're not going to
Yeah.
be playing Truth or Dare next session.
No.
Although I just realized I don't have any more third level spells, so Tiny Hut is not out or not happening.
It's a ritual, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, you can do it.
You're
You can
right. I
ritual
keep
it.
forgetting it's a fucking ritual.
As they start to head out, though, Aidin wants to pull Lucretia to the side, just momentarily.
It's a
Anise and
very,
Penelope
very
can
commanding presence you have there. You got a lot of people to pay attention.
I try, and things are important. Still, how mentioned, hinting at where he currently is at. I'm assuming you got that point, right?
Yes, that's a bit troubling, but not unexpected considering what we've discovered today.
Yeah, that concerns me for you wanting to have the Holy Grail War there, if he's in there.
It is a bit concerning, but it would not dissuade me from attempting to use the location.
I just wanted to point that out to you because that means either A, he's just in there for that tree, which I'm concerned maybe his heart. B, may not be his heart, but absolutely is going to empower him, and if you have the Grail Ward he's not taken care of before then, he may force his way in and be a very dangerous contender with that tree if his plans involve it.
Oh, it's quite dangerous. I suspect the thing that would work most in our favor is the fact that he doesn't have an invitation. And unlike a normal Grail War, this one will not be quite as easy to crash since we have a physical component required to become a master.
I'm assuming it was those rocks earlier?
Those will essentially be tickets of entry, yes.
I will have another conversation with you in just a moment. However, it's not impossible for him to crash it without it just harder, is what you're saying, right?
I'm saying that we are hacking a ritual, and I don't see a way he could unless someone were to actually give him such things, and at present I have those hidden away, and we will be following the routines of the previous Grail War, none of which involved sending anything to him.
But did you not say that if there's too many people on one side of too many people that agree on the same wish, that the Grail would pick people that are counter to it?
There's a possibility of that, but I'm not overly concerned about that occurring. For starters, I'm following the proper procedure, and I'm going to allow the representatives of the three families, or their proxies, in. I'm going to allow Clock Tower to choose two. Of course, I will be positioning myself for one of those, as is also the nature of Clock Tower. And the remaining two, I've yet to determine exactly how to properly distribute those randomly, but I will not be providing them to Einosh. To my knowledge, none of the previous Grail Wars have actually had dead apostles in their mix, so it would be problematic if I were to start that now. I would be pushing it as it is, but as an actual member of Clock Tower, I feel I have a bit more sway there.
So, just potentially him being in there while the Grail War is ongoing if we do not take care of him prior to that. That is still a heavy concern if we do not take care of him before.
It could definitely be problematic as more of a scenery hazard, but considering my understanding of the location, he may not even be the most dangerous thing lurking in the background. She sort of looks back over at Scribe.
That's very concerning, and I'm just going to
Well,
put off thinking about that. What if he body jumps into one of the masters in the Grail War?
That is a fair concern.
that
Just to be clear, I would like him contained as well. However, I will also acknowledge that if he is in that location, there may be a limit to his ability to jump to another master if they're not in a close enough place for it. The way that it works is a bit foreign. Each dead apostle follows its own rules. But that might actually be a location that could contain him, specifically because it is a place where things go when they are lost.
I don't understand.
But
how that would
just to
be.
clarify for all of you, my intention is to contain him, not destroy him.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, 100% containing.
And I would absolutely prefer to take care of this before we embark on our own ritual, because, quite frankly, he's problematic, but failure to resolve the ritual is catastrophic.
Yeah.
Alright. Glad we're on
But the
same
alternative would be to find another location with sufficient mana to host this. And I would just as soon limit the collateral damage of this to people willing to participate in the ritual itself, rather than unleash yet another Fuyuki on the world.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So, release on the understanding of containment. Collateral. Really wanting to get him out of there so we can take care of it beforehand. And you plan to do this?
I mean, think about it. If he's in there right now, he's already kind of contained. Right?
He has the ability to go back and forth.
Does he?
He went in.
He went in. He's obviously been in there. What it sounds like is he's been in there before. He's been planning something. I would assume it's been his base hub at this point. I mean, if the bubble is a two-way thing, which it has been prior, he has in and out access, which is concerning in itself. We need to figure out what that tree is.
There's a lot we need to figure out.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of time.
We need to get rid of the Dryda first.
Which
Yeah.
is definitely pretty much
Yeah.
the sentry at the gate.
Yeah. Yeah, this.
The Dryda and anything else that's lurking in the area.
I don't suppose you've actually seen this Strider, have you?
There's
Soren
something
did.
there.
Soren saw very clearly, and I, through the fog, saw a very large shape killing Bartholomew.
Yeah, something ate Bartholomew.
Sorry, Bartholomew. And either it was a Drider, or it was a horse brought back to life. I would honestly prefer it to be the Drider because Archon needs a proper burial.
It's very noble of you. But very well, if someone has seen this Strider, then I'll see if I can do what I can to identify it. There are not many of them left in the world, and knowing which type you're running into could be important.
That would be very helpful. just kind of looks over at Lucretia and just like, "What should we do?"
Well, if there aren't very many left in the world, should we be dead set on killing it, or should we be trying to subdue it and then send it back to the other side?
I would like that.
I would be harder. Much harder. Should we be convincing that stabby lady to maybe go easy on it?
Cuts over to stabby lady, like, with a whetstone on her sword.
She's like, gonna kill the Drider, gonna kill the Drider.
That's Sword Wife.
Oh.
It's like,
And I guess as you're looking over it there, the camera slowly pans over Echo, who is counting her arrows.
Oh no.
That's Ranger Wife.
Gonna kill a Drider.
like, I would prefer peace, but at this point, knowing that potentially they are working together, I can't guarantee anything at this point. Even I can't.
Well,
Well,
it
we
sounds
can
like there's certainly...
Go see what happens. Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
In the
Yeah,
event
can I-
that Einosh appears, I will do what I can to contain him and buy you time.
I've got some
Candidly,
really
as a Dead Apostle inheritor, I'm not necessarily strong in the same ways as a Dead Apostle ancestor. But I also operate with, in my opinion, greater discipline and focus, and that has often given me some edge when dealing with these matters. At the very least, I'll try to make sure that casualties are kept to a minimum for both sides.
Penelope just nods.
Could I have a moment with you, Miss Lucretia?
If you wish.
I looks over at Penelope and Anise. I just steal her time for just a moment.
I suppose.
I was just gonna walk over and start like petting Ilya.
Ilya allows it.
Yay!
Gonna like scritch her behind the ears. That part of the chin that's really hard to get.
Yeah.
Penelope's just gonna go over and just like face
Scritch
plant
Johnny
on
behind
her.
the ears.
No.
It's just
No.
because you put your token over her ear, I was really confused.
It's like, I'm gonna get her. No.
Johnny allows this.
Johnny allows. No, she's just gonna like walk over and then just like face plant against Johnny's side.
It's okay. We'll get through this. Do you want me to throw an Eldritch Blast at a horseman? Because I got a line right now.
I know. Don't do it.
Okay.
Just don't let me throw one at him either.
Fair enough. We'll both put our finger guns away at the same time.
Okay.
And she holsters her finger guns.
Penelope does the same. She's like, alright.
Gotta put the safety back on.
Yeah, hold on. Let me put the safety back on.
It's important to practice proper discipline.
Don't remember that trigger your safety. So yeah,
Alrighty.
Aidin, with it closer to the side, he's like, "Look, I know you've mentioned each of the houses and the wild cards that you have for this ritual. I want in.
That's become very clear. As I said before, I'm following the rules, so I would recommend, if you don't want to rely on dumb luck, you maybe go talk to one of the representatives of the houses who's yet to nominate a champion." And she tilts her head towards Echo.
You say that Echoes, they have a purpose that I don't think I'm quite fond of, and I'm not agreeing to. I'm just putting that out there.
Understandable. But that may be easier than winning over the clock tower, or... Well, as I said, I have not yet determined the best way to properly randomize the final two, but any attempt to bias that in your favor could undermine the ritual. So,
Well, say you do it random. This is hypothetical here. Do you just hand them to the people? Do you mail? I don't know, like send it.
I
on a
will be
stick?
delivering the I'll be delivering the shards personally to make sure that nothing happens to them that could interfere with this, but I will respect the results of whatever randomization method I ultimately decide will work.
Now, question again, hypothetical speaking. You just need to make sure they get delivered to the random person.
Are you asking if you can steal them?
Hypothetically speaking, yes.
Perhaps
as
you
you-
should go ask that professor from Clock Tower who survived the Fourth Grail War how well that works out.
Yeah, he already talked about that. See, I think what lied in the problem was is that he didn't capacitate the person, and so they tried to continue to get back. What if you tie somebody up and just put like a little note on them and leave them, just to wait a few days, so they don't actually get anywhere, so they can't summon for the time being. They're kind of stuck, and at that point, they can't hurt themselves. He just wasn't as thorough with his planning.
You're right. He should be like that halfling that threw off one of the other Grail Wars.
Tell me more.
That's not my story to tell.
Where do I find said halfling to find more information? Wait! I remember this. I talked to that halfling.
Then you know who to ask. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go poke in the head of someone who might know about our Drider problem.
Okay, but just, again, hypothetically speaking, that doesn't interfere with your delivering, right? You get the job done, right?
People have stolen their way in before. It seemed to work before.
Cool. Just throwing that out there. Thank you. Maybe I'll find, convincing. If not, I'm just saying, it's on the table. I'm at least
Fair
being
enough.
honest.
You may have an easier time with the Einspurns, but it's up to you.
Thank you. Hey, Penelope.
Hello.
Did you need to take?
It's my turn.
Okay.
Mom said it's my turn with the dead apostle.
Anna, meanwhile, is over here like, I'm not messing with that crazy lady. She builds mountains. Hello again.
Hi.
Seems you've got quite the party going on.
Yeah. So I wanted to let you know that I talked to the lady. And she's okay with
What we spoke about before.
uh-huh.
It's good to hear.
She just gives her the thumbs up.
Very well,
I
then.
obviously can't say much about it here, but
We can speak about it again after we resolve the current issues. I'm sure there will be details you would like solidified.
yeah, of course.
Very well, then. We'll drop the appropriate paperwork. I think we both know a good lawyer.
We do. Oh my, yeah. I need to check in with him at some point anyway.
Honestly, based on the week that I've known you, I have a feeling you're going to be pretty busy for a bit. So maybe let him sleep in once.
I guess. But yeah, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you've got things you got to do before we do this thing in the morning, so.
Never a dull moment. Honestly, it's nice to have someone else do the legwork for a change. I thought I was going to have to search for him in the forest of, well, the mainland.
Hmm.
I'll take it when I get it.
Yeah. We'll talk later.
Get some rest, and again, try to be careful tomorrow.
I mean, I'll tell you what I told her. I'm gonna do my best. That's about all I can do.
It's all any of us could.
I'm just gonna walk away, go back to the group. Boom.
All right. I think that's probably our best pausing point for now. And I think next week we know where we can pick up the next morning. So you can go ahead and prep some spells, unless anyone's doing anything else, and I should know about it.
Yeah, I gotta do stuff tonight. I gotta talk to
Fair
her.
warning, if you don't get 8 hours of sleep, you don't get spells.
No, that's fine. It's what? It's like 9:30 at night, so 30 minutes of talking to his lady. That's 10 o'clock. Or...
That is fair. Do you want to have your own mystery side story so we can coordinate that separately?
I will give Penelope the chance to listen in if she wants.
Yes.
When we go back.
Okay.
A sneaky listen in,
If
or
she
like
makes the roll for it. Because I told you this is like the one scene where it's like,
you know what? Yeah.
because
Stealth
you've been
check.
trying- yeah, she
Stealth
wants
check,
to-
baby.
All right, go ahead and roll it now so we'll determine if this happens with you or not, because that might make it easier to coordinate.
oh,
That's a 20.
Oh,
That's a
wow.
sneaky halfling.
It is a sneaky halfling. So yeah, before they set up the dome and shit for the night, she's like, what is Aidin like? Does he like go, hey guys, I'm gonna walk off?
He's
now?"
like,
Or-
I gotta go talk to my goddess for a bit. I'm gonna BRB because he's gonna make it clear. He's like, I'm talking to my goddess. Like, I'm gonna need a moment. So, and just leave it vague at that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, or not even. He's like, I'm gonna do some prayers. He's just gonna be like, I need some time to myself. I'm gonna be doing some prayers.
She's like, well, I can't set up the dome until you're ready to be in here. So
I'll be about 30 minutes, and I can sleep outside if anything. Don't worry. If you're tired, go ahead and get some rest.
okay. Well, I mean, I'll give you 30 minutes.
Do you want to do it now, or do you want to? Or were you saying you wanted to do it later?
I think we can do that part later. That might actually be a thing that we do in a group chat thing.
Okay.
For the three of us, just in the interest of making sure that next time you actually get to follow through on your,
Yeah.
Assault on Drider, na 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 na, and all that.
It will not be a long thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't imagine it'll be too bad. I just want to make sure that you get a chance to do it proper.
Yeah.
Then yeah. So after he walks away, she's gonna I assume that everybody's getting ready for bed and shit, or getting ready to turn in for the night. She's like, I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. If I'm not back in half an hour, send a search party.
You're strangling a centaur.
Yeah, if I'm not back in half an hour, I am strangling a centaur. I'm joking.
Do you need any rope? Because I think he's already carrying some.
Oh, damn, yeah. Nah, I'm good.
All right.
So, I have two important questions.
Yeah.
One, do you think I could brew a potion or two and still get the 8 hours of sleep?
You can, yes.
Okay.
They'd have to be some of the lower level ones, but you could.
Okay. And then my second important question is, does the music play if Anise goes into her room with Derek?
Have you dispelled it?
No.
Then yes.
I think I might have a dispel magic. I know I had it. I am already in preparation mode. Hang on. I had 1/3 level spell left, and I know I had it, so I think I would go ahead
Okay,
and dispel it.
you can do that.
The beginning of sexy saxophone that just stops abruptly.
Boom, boom, ba-doo. Boom.
Much better.
Oh man, you guys better be glad that Penelope got rid of the kazoo.
Oh my god.
She could stand outside the door.
Well, there's two more spaces in the dome that you don't need to account for. I would like to sleep in my own bed.
That's
Are
fair.
you going to actually sleep in your bed?
Yes.
You're not gonna
No. This is
canoodle.
too important to not get a full 8 hours of sleep.
Okay. We wake up in the morning and you've had less than 8 hours of sleep. I'm judging you.
I mean, it might be easier to get to sleep if...
Don't be nasty.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Yes you do. Ugh. Okay. Well, I mean, do you guys mind at least keeping an eye on, actually, yeah, who else staying behind then? Shit.
So Johnny is staying behind because you're off doing your thing. Echo is now hanging out with you a lot again. So,
Oh.
because like she was in Germany and now she's here because she was given an opportunity to take care of a thing that bothers her. So,
Well then, yeah, I'll just be like, Echo, Johnny, keep an eye on each other until I get back.
all right, okay.
Derek, you're on your own.
Yeah, and it's
Derek is currently getting banged by Derek.
Masturbation. What?
No,
Me,
it's
myself,
a,
and I.
maybe it's a shadow clone nujutsu type situation.
Oh god.
Where...
He's like, man, I look hot as a lady.
Every time I have a short rest, I look at myself and say, would I fight me? And you know what? Yeah, I would.
No, Anise is just Anise is just gonna barge into Grandpap's house and
Poor
Bar-
Grandpap.
borrow his potion making equipment and supplies to make some potions.
Poor
Fair enough.
Grandpap. He's not gonna get any rest.
Nope. He doesn't need a lot of it. Elves have it good. They just sit there for 4 hours. They don't need 8 hours.
She's just quietly brewing potions and reading.
It's all good. All right. Well, that's
And
where we'll
she's
pause.
gonna go back I mean, what?
Whoa.
So,
Yeah.
so we'll pause that, and I guess next time you can finally have your long-awaited actual combat, and we'll just see how messy the combat tracker gets. Here's a hint: we're gonna abstract part of this.
Oh boy.
Otherwise, the session will go forever, like the last time we had a big fight, and I don't want that to happen.
No.
So
I'm a spaghetti that goddamn drider.
I'm gonna.
it'll be a
spaghetti
thing.
I'm going to go ahead and guess that the potion of growth is not considered a low-level potion.
Let's actually look at the items. Potion of growth is considered uncommon. That's fine.
Okay.
You can do commons and uncommon. It's just the rare and above you don't have time for. And you generally would have to do a lot more to make those work anyway.
Gotcha. And I
So
feel like
you
I
can
asked
have
this before,
you can have like one uncommon and a few commons if you want.
and then I feel like I asked this before, but could I make a potion of haste, or is that something that's like still beyond me?
Hold on.
Does that even exist? Actually, I would assume. A potion
I don't think potion of haste is a normal one, but I think they're being very hesitant with that one specifically because it's a concentration spell.
No, Hill Giant is uncommon.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a potion. I'll look it up later. It might not. It might just not be in the modules I've got.
It's very rare. It's called a potion of speed. You gain the effect of haste for 1 minute. No concentration.
Oh.
required.
That's annoyingly worded differently.
Yeah. It's yellow with black swirls
I
on
think
it.
instead of big, we need strong. So I will do another potion of heal dry strength.
It's a good one. And it's gonna grapple a spider.
Ugh,
Yeehaw.
Grapple.
rather not. Well, I'd rather not. Anise does not have strong feelings one way or the other about spiders.
Yeah, this is your content warning. Next week there will be spiders.
Water breathing is uncommon. Damn.
Alrighty. I'm just looking forward to seeing your potion list when you have time to prep for a Grail War.
Oh,
We're gonna have to sort that out.
Yeah.
Like, I spend my whole month making potions.
Maybe not the whole month.
No.
Is it only a month that we get? I thought it was like a couple months of
It's gonna be a while.
Okay.
Even moving at full speed, she can't just make a Grail War happen. So
That's quitter.
you're gonna have some downtime, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Get shit done.
And just for getting some thoughts in place in general, I think what I'm going to do when we hit the downtime is you'll get an opportunity, if you want, to, with the, corresponding level up, if anyone wants to respec their character up to that level, like, swap out spells or choices that you've made, as long as it's not super egregious and weird plotty, you can swap a feat or something else if you want to. We'll sort it out, but it'll be a chance now that you've had a chance to play your characters for a while to decide if things are the way you want them to be. Also, just acknowledging that, like, especially in the case of Anise and Penelope, like, when these characters were made, there were, like, 3 or 4 less subclass options for both of your classes. So
fair.
if something new comes out that you like, we can reskin the flavor to still match what you're doing, even if mechanically you like the other one more. So it's flexibility. This is also, I guess, technically Anice's chance if she decides she wants to be a moon druid and just turn into a dinosaur. Like, there you go.
Tempting.
Stuff to consider.
I mean,
So.
yeah.
We'll figure it out. But anyway, that'll be that for here, because we broke 3 hours. Go team.
Woo!
Alrighty. Well, good night, the internet.
Good
night.
night.